Hey, hello, we're here. Welcome back to the movies. Also, holy cow, we have like everybody,
Yeah.
which
Everyone has made it.
that's a rare
Everyone is
occasion.
here. Ba 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 ba.
Everything is awesome.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Super
Always.
excited to be here for a reading of the Heinous Investigators. Really rolls off the tongue.
Really rolls off.
Hell yeah, dude.
Anyone who listened to our Atlantis read through is going to be very similar, but also very different because we are not going to be reading as our interpretations of beloved characters in this movie. No, we are going to be playing our podcast characters as these characters in this movie. So,
oh yeah,
it's gonna be
Yeah.
a cluster.
it's all coming together.
we got layers this time, folks. And also, you know, this was one of the first few movies that was officially distributed by Disney when Disney took over Marvel. So in true Disney movie fashion, we're also going to start this off with a mini movie, a little short for people.
Yeah.
So I guess should we talk about both at once and introduce everybody for both at once?
No, I think that the little mini one beforehand, the characters don't directly correspond. I divided up roles and things like that.
Okay.
So I think we should just read this one. I did this as a joke on the Discord a while back.
We'll do this little scene real quick.
Yeah.
People probably know this scene, and then once that's done, we're gonna go through our opening credits
Yes.
of Heinous Investigators, or whatever I said.
Yeah.
And just kind of go through
Avengstigators.
what people are doing and what people are
Simple.
playing.
That
So,
sounds good. Yeah. Does anybody want to read the couple of stage directions that are here? Probably. I since I'm the one.
I
who
can do it.
cast
I don't.
Okay.
I think you actually have a line in this. Let's do.
Oh, I do. I have one line.
Yeah, you do. Most people have
Wow.
one line. I think. I don't know. AJ, you want to do it?
Sure.
Delia's definitely not in this one. So. Okay. Cool. So this is. Yeah. I think we should just start with stage directions. People will recognize it. The people who know what's up.
All right. Should I read the little title as well, or just
Just
go
skip
right
it.
to
Just go
Okay.
right into it.
Carlton addresses the investigators who are gathered around a coffee maker.
So, who broke it?
Nobody says a word.
I'm not mad. I just want to know.
I did. I broke it.
No, you didn't. LG,
Don't look at me. Look at Jack.
Yo, I'm sorry. Because I clicked on the PDF that was in the Discord first. The Avengers one that was right above it. Where did I get it wrong?
I think that one
Scroll-
is actually in.
It's in the
It's in the same
scheduling
spot.
channel
Yeah,
of the
that's right, yeah.
Discord. If you scroll up, you'll see it.
It just the Avengers PDF right there.
Not the Avengers one. No, it's the one. There's another one
Further
before
up.
it.
It's
The,
a
who
little
broke
above
it?
it. Who broke it?
Near the
Got it.
video.
Who
clip.
broke it?
Okay. I was like,
All right, scrap it. We're
Okay.
taking it from the top.
Hey!
my
Do,
bad.
now the question
We're
is,
doing
do
it
I
live!
leave? The question is, do I leave this in as part of the live
Yes.
experience?
Yes.
I
Yep.
think we
Yes, we
do.
do.
Yeah, it's fully.
It's
course
what
you
the
do.
people deserve.
everyone will know.
To be fair, I'm pretty. To be fair, I'm pretty sure David's
Everyone
first line got
inside
eaten
knows you're
by
fake.
the Zoom slightly. So
That's true.
It's all
yeah.
good.
So I think it'll work in our favor here.
Watch it happen again.
Just Zoom just hates Carlton, like many others.
No one is allowed to know what this.
I'm an
kid is.
acquired taste. Damn it.
All right.
I'm sorry. Are we starting over?
We
Yeah.
Yeah,
Riff, tell me
cool,
when you're
okay.
good.
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
all right.
Perfect.
Yeah, I
Let's
got
go.
Carlton addresses the investigators who are gathered around a coffee maker.
So, who broke it?
Nobody says a word.
I'm not mad. I just want to know.
I did. I broke it.
No, you didn't. LG,
Don't look at me. Look at Jack.
What? I didn't break it
Huh. That's weird. How'd you even know it was broken?
because it's sitting right in front of us and it's broken.
Suspicious.
No, it's not.
If it matters, probably not, but Miriam was the last one to use it. Liar. I don't even drink that crap.
Oh, really? Then what were you doing by the coffee cart earlier?
I use the wooden stairs to push back my cuticles. Everyone knows that, Liza.
Okay, let's not fight. I broke it. Let me pay for it, Mr. Carlton.
No! Who broke it?
Frank looks at Ginny, then at Carlton.
Carlton, Jenny's been awfully quiet.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my god!
That's
guys are coffee. I'll get the.
Yeah, everyone starts arguing with one another except Carlton.
We're arguing in the background. Pretend.
Okay, I broke it. I burned my hand, so I punched it. I predict 10 minutes from now, they'll be at each other's throats with war paint on their faces and a pig head on a stick.
He turns to look at the investigators as they continue to argue, then looks back.
Good. It's getting a little chummy in the around here anyway.
Hey!
We did it.
Flawless first run cold read, everybody. Great.
Perfect.
Good job.
Flawless.
Perfection.
No Zoom issues whatsoever.
No, everything was fine.
Loved it.
There's no way Zoom can handle that many voices at once, right?
There's no way Zoom would have weird audio stuff, correct?
No chance, bro. Oh,
Glad we're not sponsored.
Okay. And now for our feature presentation. Please silence all cell phones. Please don't bring your goddamn babies to the movie anymore. Other movie theater stuff.
This Disney DVD was enhanced with Disney's Fast Play.
This Disney DVD is enhanced with Disney's Fast Play. Your
Coming
movie
soon
and
to
a selection
you.
of bonus features will begin automatically. To bypass Fast Play, select the main menu button at any time. Fast Play will begin in a moment.
Then the coming attractions roll up.
I've had that memorized in my head forever.
The one I always remember is the coming soon to you on VHS and DVD.
Yeah, dude, weird like stuff like that from our childhoods in my I could go into like the Yu-Gi-Oh the movie opening monologue. I won't, but I could. And it's all
different call.
memorized.
Digimon is
Zoom.
forever engraved in my head.
Oh,
theme song?
love it. Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
Heinous Investigators. God,
I love that.
I should have picked a better
No.
title.
It is
So-
perfect, bro.
Who is going to be playing these characters? Great question. Thank you for asking.
We have the
I don't know. We'll just go. I'll direct this one. We'll go on my screen. Starting in the top left, we have the creator, writer, director, and producer of Heinous Investigations, as well as the voice of Elliot and Cy, Jessica Castro,
And Martin.
and Martin. I always forget Marty. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, everyone forgets Marty. That's kind of his thing.
He's a season 2 character.
it's canon. It's canon.
But yes, hi. I'm here.
Jess, who are you playing tonight?
Oh God. That is an excellent question to which I only kind of think I remember the answer. I mean,
Cool.
I'm pretty sure it goes without saying that
Should I repost
Dear
the
Elliot.
cast
Well,
list?
no. Well, I'm pretty sure it's without saying that Dear Sweet Elliot is Bruce Banner. I think that was established quite a while back. And I think Marty, super forgettable Marty, is now going to be Nick Fury.
Yep,
Yes.
a perfect casting.
Oh,
Totally
yes. Okay, so I did get those. I think I have some other side role that just got randomly assigned to me. So
Yes, I'm gonna repost the thing,
yeah,
but I'm gonna
I'm
take
like
out
a
the
council-
everybody.
I think I'm like a councilwoman or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
I don't need another
another
Discord
notification.
Then
Yeah,
we all
um,
they hear all of the little dunk.
Oh my god, it
on all
didn't
of our
delete the
computers.
everyone. Okay, anyway.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
No.
Next on my screen is me. Hi, I'm Dio. And I will be playing Frank as Dr. Selvig and Orville as Jarvis. And I'm also filling in as Charon as the other. Isn't this naming convention great?
Fantastic.
It's so
No.
Next on my screen,
So
we
clear.
have David.
Hello.
David, who are you playing? Am I interviewing everybody now?
It seems the way that it's going. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
I voice Carlton, and I will also be playing as Captain America.
Yeah.
I think that is very fitting for cover.
Bro, I love it.
Justice.
Next, we also have James. James, who are you playing tonight?
Nothing. He's laughing. This here says screen directions. I thought it said screen directors, so now I feel like a fool. Screen directions. So that's me, and then a couple other just random things. I'm old cop. Thank you.
For full
very
disclosure,
excited.
we have two people reading stage directions. I haven't given them any directions, so I'm letting them just kind of go at it. So
Yes,
Fight.
I needed help.
Chaos.
It's been way too long since I've seen this. I've seen like 2 movies
Totally
my
fair.
whole entire life.
Next up on my screen, we have Naomi. Naomi, who are you playing tonight?
Hello, I am playing Liza as Phil Coulson.
Yes, beautiful heart of the organization.
Mm.
Maria, my favorite casting of this. Please tell us who
Oh.
you're playing
Yeah.
tonight.
Hi, I am playing Thor as Ginny.
Perfect. I'm so happy that we got
So
to do
good.
that.
Oh,
And next up,
good.
AJ. AJ, who are you playing tonight?
Delia will be none other than the star of the show, Loki.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. I'm literally so happy. I'm smiling so much because we got the
This
main
is
cast
perfect.
here. This is gonna be great. Riff, who are you playing tonight, my man?
Bro, I'm gonna be the sickest Avenger. I'm gonna be Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye,
Yeah.
aka Nick. There's
Huh?
a lot of AKAs in there, but yeah, we're multifaceted out here.
Nick, wait, what?
Or oh my god, I'm
Clint.
cringing.
Clint.
Clint Barton.
Clearly
It's
the best
fine.
Avenger.
We all remember Hawkeye's
Barton.
real name.
Nick.
Clint Barton.
BDSM Robin Hood guy.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, dude. Easy.
Next up, we have
That
Meg.
was the most
Meg,
useful Avenger.
who you
Okay?
gonna be playing?
Hello. I am also going to be right along with the screen directions, as it may be, and also young cop.
Yes.
As
We thought it'd be
Benji.
fun to have the kid characters do this screen directions because there's not a lot of children in the Avengers movies for some reason.
Also, I'm just
Couldn't tell
checking. Yeah, right.
You gotta wait
Yeah,
till
they're
phase
usually
5
getting
for
killed
that.
in the background.
I wonder why
Oh, my
there
heart.
might not be 7-year-olds visibly in the Avengers movies. There really couldn't be anything that's casting my sight away from that.
Not yet.
I just had to check to see if it was Jack or Nate as Hawkeye, and it is
It's
Jack.
Jack.
Okay.
It is
Okay,
ju-
that's
unfortunately Nate doesn't make a scripted appearance. If Riff, you wanted to have one of your side characters be Nate, that'd be super fun.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll
Nate
see.
might show up in a future read.
That would be
Anywho's
funny.
it. Next
It's in
up
the credit
is
scene.
is Toan Nguyen. Toan, who are you playing tonight, buddy?
Hi, Dio. Thanks so much for having me on your show today.
Of course.
I'm gonna be
I run
playing.
this.
I'm gonna be playing Iron Man as Algernon Graham. I will also be playing a councilman and also a male agent, which is just my
What?
dream.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that your dreams are coming true. Next up, Emily, tell us who you're going to be playing tonight.
Hello, friends. I am Emily, and I will be playing Maria Hill as Cersei. I will be filling in as Pepper Potts as Vera, since she is not here tonight. And I will be, as myself, the incomparable waitress played by Ashley Johnson.
I'm
As
so happy.
yeah.
Oh God, that's something. Never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Yes.
Oh, I have thoughts for you.
Oh
I've been
yes,
meaning
yes.
to message you
We'll,
for a while.
we'll
Yep.
talk on
Mhm,
commercial
mhm.
breaks. Don't you worry about it. The studio audience won't be any the wiser. And last but certainly not least, we have Lena. Lena, please tell us who you're going to be playing tonight.
The riveting role that is Calcutta Woman. But I guess, not as importantly, Miriam as Black Widow.
Yes. Very, very excited. So as you can tell, we got a full house tonight, folks. So this is going to be very, very fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we should just jump in. And I'm gonna let the audience know and the stage direction people in case they aren't aware. If you see a redonkulously long amount of descriptions, skip over them. This is a very thorough PDF that has like actual directions for cinematography that we don't necessarily need. So feel free to cut those out. There's going to be screen directions that interrupt in the middle of a line. Don't worry about it. Just let the actor read on through. So without further ado or adon't,
let's go.
We now bring to you the Heinous Investigators.
Spider-Man.
Avengers, Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Alrighty.
Tom
nailed it.
Holland's in this movie.
James, Meg, I don't know who's going to
Legally
read first, but feel free to take it away from us.
Please take it away.
They are indicating me.
Go ahead.
That's me.
Space, a floating staircase among the rocks. The other speaks to a disembodied figure in a chair.
The Tesseract has awakened. It is on a little world, a human world. They would wield its power.
Do we switch off? Do I just keep going?
I'll do every other.
Read it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The other hands Loki a scepter with a glowing blue gem.
But our ally knows its workings, as they never will. He is ready to lead, and our force, our Chitauri, will follow. The world will be his, the universe yours, and the humans. What can they do but burn?
The Chitauri put on their face mask and get ready.
Oh.
Oh, a 3D model of the Tesseract. We move inside it slowly.
A helicopter speeds over this mountain at high speed. We see the camera pan up over the mountain and we see.
This base is grand beyond relief. There's a frantic evacuation in progress. Agents, scientists, and personnel rushed around the base frantically.
God, who was intercom voice?
Who was intercom voice? Oh
Was
no,
it that's you?
so important.
Oh, those egg.
All personnel, evacuation order has been confirmed. Proceed your designated vehicles. A man flushes people by. A sign on the building reads, Joint Dark Energy Mission, Western Division, Project Pegasus, NASA Shield Radiation Facility, SHEILD, Accelerator Test Facility, for all campus evacuation.
Security guards direct traffic. Shield agents assist people. Some of the stuff, trucks, or cars leave the campus.
This is not a drill. Emergency personnel proceed to your designated vehicles for all campus evacuation.
The helicopter slows above a landing pad. There's a man in a suit. This is Agent Phil Coulson.
The door slides open. Out comes a female.
Oh my God, Joss Whedon did write this movie. Holy shit!
Oh my God.
Steps of femoid.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't think we had to make a disclaimer that the language was gonna. I'm so sorry, folks.
To hear Benji say it too.
Yeah.
A female.
A female.
Shit, dude.
This is Agent Maria Hill. Following behind her is Nick Fury. Fury and Hill walk over to Coulson.
Disclaimer, I've had a sore throat up until like an hour ago. Let's do this. How bad is it?
That's the problem, sir. We don't know.
An elevator rushes down. It's going fast.
Dr. Selvig read in.
I'll
Coulson,
just go through the line.
Coulson, Fury, and Hill make their way through the crowds of evacuating personnel.
An energy surge from the Tesseract 4 hours ago.
NASA didn't authorize Selvig could go to test B.
He wasn't testing it. He wasn't even in the room. Spontaneous event.
It just turned itself on.
Where are the energy levels now?
Climbing. When Sylvie couldn't shut it down, we ordered evac.
How long to get everyone out?
Campus should be clear in the next half hour.
Do better.
Fury and Hill continue on as Coulson turns around and heads the other way. Fury and Hill make their way down to the lower levels.
Sir, evacuation may be futile.
We should tell them to go back to sleep.
If we can't control the Tesseract's energy, there may not be a minimum safe distance.
I need you to make sure phase 2 prototypes are shipped out.
Sir, is that really a priority right now?
Until such time as the world ends, we will act as though it intends to spin on. Clear out the tech below. Every piece of phase 2 on a truck and gone.
Yes, sir. With me.
Fury enters the Tesseract room.
Fury dynamic.
Fury makes his way over to Eric Selvig.
Talk to me, Doctor.
Director!
Is there anything we know for certain?
The Tesseract is misbehaving.
Is that supposed to be funny?
No, it's not funny at all. The Tesseract is not only active, she's misbehaving.
How soon? Sorry, she's misbehaving. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Just sorry. How soon can you pull the plug?
She's an energy source. We turn off the power, she turns it back on. If she reaches peak level.
We prepared for this, Doctor. Harnessing energy from space.
We don't have the harness. My calculations are far from complete. She's throwing off interference, radiation, nothing harmful, low levels of gamma radiation.
That can be harmful. Where's Agent Barton?
The Hawk? That's such a serious line. The Hawk? Up in his nest as usual.
Clint Barton, also known as Hawkeye, is on a balcony observing the lab.
Agent Barton, report.
Barton ziplines down a rope.
Because I can't fly.
I gave you this detail so you could keep a close eye on things.
Fury and Barton walk together towards the Tesseract machine.
I see better from a distance.
Have you seen anything that might set this thing off?
A NASA scientist calls for Selvig.
I didn't catch this one. Someone just read it.
Doctor, it's sparking again!
Beautiful.
Barton and Fury step onto the platform in front of the Tesseract machine.
No one's come and gone, and Selvig's clean, no contacts, no IM. If there's any tempering, sir, it wasn't this end.
While Barton is talking, Selvig walks over to the computer where the NASA scientist is. He looks concerned and worried.
At this end?
Yeah. The cube is a doorway to the other end of space, right? Doors open from both sides.
The cube sparks.
What's that?
It sparks again.
You didn't answer me.
Coulson stands. The grounds of the campus shakes. He grabs the truck. He'll turn. I'm sorry, I don't know how long to go.
I know that's a lot.
Okay. Hill turns around and looks at her, hearing a creaking noise as the building shakes. The cube sparks some more, bigger each time. A beam of energy which opens into a portal. There is an explosion. You go.
Cold from the beam floats to the top of the chamber. On the platform is Loki, god of mischief and lies, kneeling. Several guards move in slowly. Loki looks up
Loki. He looks
menacingly.
She stands. Who's she?
Loki, obviously.
Real.
That's true.
That's real.
I mean, tis I.
You know what? Loki looks around. Fury is ready to act.
So please put down the spear.
Loki looks at his scepter, then fires a stream on blue light from it. Barton pushes Fury out of the way. The guards open fire. Loki jumps at them, firing more energy and fighting, shooting scientists and agents. Barton moves towards him, but Loki grabs his arm.
You have heart.
Loki touches the tip of the spear to Barton's chest, and his eyes become ice blue. He puts his gun away. Loki moves to the other agent and does the same as he's done to Barton. Fury pulls the cube. Fury pulls the cube from the machine it was in and shuts it in a briefcase, then moves to leave.
Oh, please don't. I still need that.
It doesn't have to get any messier.
Of course it does. I've come too far for anything else. I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Selvig, checking the pulse of the NASA scientist, hears and approaches.
Loki? Brother of Thor?
We have no quarrel with your people.
An ant has no quarrel with a boot.
You planning to step on us?
I come with glad tidings of a world made free.
Free from what?
Freedom! Freedom is life's great lie. Once you accept that in your heart, you will know peace.
Is it me or you?
I think it's you.
Barton sees the Tesseract portal cloud brewing and moves to Loki.
Yeah, you say peace. I kind of think you mean the other thing.
Sir, the Director Fury is stalling. This place is about to blow and drop 100 feet of rock on us. He means to bury us.
Like the pharaohs of old.
He's right. The portal is collapsing in on itself. We've got maybe 2 minutes before this goes critical.
Well then?
Barton quickly draws his gun and shoots Fury, who drops the case. Barton picks up as he, Loki, Selvig, and another agent leave the room. Barton and the others walk under the closing gate. Hill comes out from the back room.
We need this vehicle.
Who's that?
Didn't tell me.
The roof is slowly crumbling. Loki gets onto a shield pickup truck. Selvig enters the passenger seat holding the case.
Hill! Do you copy? Barton has turned.
Barton pulls his gun and fires at Hill, who rolls behind the backroom wall and returns fire. Barton enters the driver's seat of the pickup and drives off with Loki is in the bed. I was reading it as written. Fury stands up and rushes out as the Tesseract cloud gets bigger and bigger above him. The lab is getting destroyed.
Get the Tesseract, shut them down.
Hill throws her radio into the front seat of a shield jeep. She jumps in after and speeds away, trying to catch up with Barton.
The shield cars are chasing Barton's pickup. Loki fires a beam, flipping the car over its head. It's blocking the other cars.
The portal begins to collapse, and Fury's trying to escape, and he almost gets hit by stuff.
Coulson is assisting evacuation. There's another explosion. They all fall as the roof dissolves faster. The 4 guards try to pick up the case.
Let's just go. No, leave it, go.
Barton speeds up because he's coming up to an intersection. Hill comes speeding out of the right tunnel, and she spins the whole Jeep around to look Barton in the face, who shoots through his window. Hill returns fire, firing through the windshield.
Colton and the guards climb into the canopy of the truck.
We're clear upstairs, sir.
And Fury runs through the front of the building and into...
We need to go.
The last waiting... We both did the same. The last waiting chopper, which takes off as the ground begins to crack up.
Was that
laughing?
Was that stage directions interrupting a line?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it's messy.
That was intense.
Dang.
Okay, Barton fires at Hill one more time. She fires back. Finally, Barton gets the upper hand, swings in front of Hill, cutting her off. She turns Jeep and...
Hire an editor, Joss. Jesus.
As it's written.
She turns the Jeep around and continues to speed behind them.
Fury's chopper is in the air and the ground begins collapsing.
The Tesseract portal cloud explodes.
The entire base explodes and crumbles in on itself, sinking into the underground. Fury watches in horror from his chopper window. Oh, geez, there's more.
There's so much of this.
It's fine.
The tunnel falls, trapping Hill and the other agents. Logan looks at the exit.
I could continue to summarize if you want.
I was like, what else? Everybody's escaping. Everybody's leaving. Loki and the others are going through a tunnel. And the chopper's chasing them.
Loki blasts the helicopter. Fury jumps to the ground as it crashes, and he continues to fire as the truck drives off in the distance. Then he stands.
Director Fury, do you copy?
The Tesseract is with a hostile force. I have men down. Hill?
A lot of men still under. Don't know how many survivors.
Sound a general call. I want every living soul not working rescue looking for that briefcase.
Roger that.
Coulson, get back to base. This is a level 7. As of right now, we're at war.
What do we do?
Fury thinks as the camera goes tight on him.
A train.
All right, I think we might want to make a cut for a commercial
Title
break.
card.
Here's his name, title
Heinous
card.
Investigators.
Next time, Russia.
Really?
All right, let's cut there.
A train speeds by. Camera pulls through the warehouse window and moves up to the 3rd floor where Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, is tied to a chair. A man slaps her and she screams.
Ugh. This isn't how I wanted this evening to go.
I know how you wanted this evening. Believe me, this is better.
Who are you working for? Lamentov, yes?
All Thug walks over to Natasha and leans in the chair over a pit. She becomes scared.
Does he think we have to go through him to move our cargo?
I thought General Solohov was in charge of the export business.
Solohov? A bagman of front. Your outdated information betrays you. The famous Black Widow is just another pretty face.
You really think I'm pretty?
Tall Thug grabs her jaw and forces it open as Lushkov walks to the table behind him.
Tell Lermontov we don't need him to move the tanks. Tell him he is out. Well...
Luchkov picks up a tool to take from the table and plays with it.
I think
Sorry,
that's
Riff,
your
line.
riff.
You may have to
wait. What?
It's a weird
it's
continuation.
in the middle of a line.
That's why I was letting the.
Well, you may have to write it.
Suddenly,
Oh,
phone
I'm sorry.
rings. Weasley Thug answers his phone.
It is for her.
Lushkov takes the phone.
You listened carefully.
You're at 114 Selensky Plaza, 3rd floor. We have an F-22 exactly 8 miles out. Put the woman on the phone or I will blow up the block before you can make the lobby.
Luchkov hands the phone to Natasha, who balances it on her shoulder.
We need you to come in.
Are you kidding? I'm working.
This takes precedence.
I'm in the middle of an interrogation, and this moron is giving me everything.
I know. Give her everything?
Natasha gives Lushkov a look.
Look, you can't pull me out of this right now.
Natasha, Barton's been compromised.
Let me put you on hold.
Luchkov moves in for the cell phone, and Natasha kicks him between the legs and headbutts him. Weasley Thug goes to punch her and she kicks him too. Tall Thug runs up and she spins around and hits him with the chair.
Then Weasley Thug jumps to his feet. Natasha rolls with the chair, drops the legs on his feet, she whips her head at him. She hits him in the nose and trips him.
As she fights the Tall Thug, Coulson's just listening to the fight over the phone and is quiet, waiting as he hears the groaning from the kicking and the punching.
Natasha springboards off Tall Thug's back, somersaults, breaks the chair onto the Weasley Thug. Tall Thug grabs her. Natasha bends his hands, she hits him with a chair. She does a front drop kick against Tall Thug, pushes herself off the ground with both hands.
She runs towards the Tall Thug, who is out of breath. I would be too, and flips him with her thigh. Luchkov, that's impressive though. Luchkov stands and she swiftly walks over to him with a chain, over to the chain hanging from the ceiling, and she hits him with it, wraps one leg in it, and throws him into the pit. He leaves him upside down and picks up the cell and her high heels. Wow.
Where's Barton now?
We don't know.
But he's alive?
We think so.
Coulson is looking at his screen and is playing a video of Hawkeye and Black Widow in Budapest.
We'll brief you on everything when you get back.
And then he's handed a folder.
He goes downstairs.
But first, we need you to talk to the big guy.
Coulson, you know that Stark trusts me about as far as he can throw me.
Oh, I've got Stark. You get the big guy.
Natasha stops in her tracks, shocked at what Coulson has just said.
My God.
A young girl sprints across a busy street. She runs through a crowd of people rushing down a busy alleyway. She jumps into a house and up the stairs.
Calcutta woman approaches her. Bruce Banner, the alter ego of the Incredible Hulk, is treating the ill in the background.
Who are you? Get out! There is sickness here!
I need a doctor! I need a doctor! My father's not waking up! He has a fever and he's moaning, but his eyes won't open! Banner hears and moves over to the young girl. He kneels before her.
Slow down.
My father!
Like them?
Banner points to the people in the house that are sick. Young girl nods and holds up a wad of cash.
Please. Young girl is rushing to reach the shack, but Banner, all suspicious, grabs her, slowing her down. A truck drives by very slow. Banner glances at it as it passes.
Banner and the girl rush across the dirt road. The young girl sprints into the shack and Banner follows behind slowly.
Banner enters in time to see her escape through the window. He's been ditched and he realizes he's been set up.
Should have got paid up front, Banner.
You know, for a man who's supposed to be...
I think you keep saying the line.
Avoiding stress, you picked a hell of a place to settle.
Avoiding stress isn't the secret.
Then what is it? Yoga?
And you brought me to the end of the city. Smart. I assume the whole place is surrounded.
Natasha moves her scarf. I'm sorry. I forgot.
No, me. Just you and me.
And your actress buddy, she a spy too. They start that. They start that wrong. I think they start that young. They start that young.
Yeah. God damn it, Joss. You made your scripts, dude.
I did.
Who are you?
Miriam Pryor. Dr. Romanoff.
Interchangeable. Are you here to kill me, Ms. Romanoff? Cause oh god, Elliot would never. Cause that's not going to work out for anyone.
No, of course not. I'm here on behalf of S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D.? How'd they find me?
We've never lost you, Doctor. We've kept our distance, even helped keep some other interested parties off your scent.
Why?
It's a reference.
Nick Fury seems to trust you, but now we need you to come in.
What if I say no?
I'll persuade you.
So not how Scarlet seductive.
Dude,
What?
Stern smiling. Yeah, that all happened.
Okay.
I stern spelled that, it's fine.
And what if the other guy says no?
You've been more than a year without an incident. I don't think you want to break that streak.
Is it me? Banner pushes at an old wooden cradle. It creaks.
Well, I don't every time. I don't get what I want every time, I guess is what he meant.
Doctor, we're facing a potential global catastrophe.
Oh, those I actively try to avoid.
This is the Tesseract.
Natasha slides a cell phone across the table. On it is an image of the Tesseract.
It has the potential energy to wipe out the planet.
Banner puts on his glasses.
Okay, I got it. What does Fury want me to do? Swallow it?
Sorry. He wants you to find it. It's been taken. It emits a gamma signature that's too weak for us to trace. No one knows gamma radiation like you do. If there was, that's where I'd be.
So Fury isn't after the monster?
Not that he's told me.
And he tells you everything?
Talk to Fury. He needs you on this.
He needs me in a cage?
No one's going to put you in a...
Oh, I really wish I had the sound effects for Psy. Oh well. Stop lying to me! Better yell, otherwise, wait, that's not me.
Muscle memory kicked in.
Real. Banner yells, crashing his hands down on the table, and Natasha gets up and pulls a gun and aims at him. He pulls back, smiling.
I'm sorry, that was mean. I just wanted to see what you do.
Natasha stares at him a little teary, scared out of her mind.
Why don't we do this the easy way, where you don't use that and the other guy doesn't make a mess? Okay? Natasha?
Natasha lowers her weapon and speaks into an earpiece.
Stand down. We're good here.
A horde of armed guards surrounding the shack lower their weapons.
Oh.
Just you and me?
Natasha realizes he knows and stays silent. Fury is talking with the council. 4 shadowy figures on screens.
Oh God. Voice reset, go.
This is all... oh, goodness. This is all out of line, Doctor. You're dealing with forces you can't control.
You ever been in a war, councilman? In a firefight? Did you feel an overabundance of emotion? Oh, of control, my bad.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Jess, don't voice councilwoman.
Yeah, I just noticed.
Forgot that that's the one
I can do
person-
it. No, I mean, I can do it. Let's go.
Okay, all right.
Let's go.
You're saying that this Asgard is declaring war on our planet?
Not Asgard, Loki. He can't be working alone. What about the other one, his brother? Our intelligence says Thor is not a hostile, but he's worlds away and we can't depend on him to help either. It's up to us.
Which is why you should be focusing on phase 2. It was designed exactly for this purpose.
Phase 2 isn't ready. Our enemy is. We need a response team.
The Avengers initiative was shut down.
This isn't about the Avengers.
We're running the world's greatest covert security network, and you're going to leave the fate of the human race to a handful of freaks.
I'm not leaving anything to anyone. We need a response team. These people may be isolated, unbalanced even, but I believe with the right push, they can be exactly what we need. You believe?
War isn't won by sentiment, Doctor.
No, it's won by soldiers.
Steve Rogers, alter ego of Captain America, is hitting a punching bag. He has several flashbacks of World War II. During his flashbacks, he hits back harder and faster.
There's not enough time. I gotta put her in the water.
Uh,
Peggy.
You won't be alone.
Scientist.
Who's scientist?
Oh my god,
Oh,
this guy's still alive.
Thank you.
Steve throws the hardest punch he has left, and it knocks the bag across the room. Breathing hard, Steve picks up another bag from a line on the floor and hangs it up. He begins to hit it, and...
Trouble sleeping?
Slept for 70 years, sir. I think I've had my fill.
Fury slowly approaches Steve.
Then you should be out, celebrating, seeing the world.
When I went under, the world was at war. I wake up, they say we won. They didn't say what we lost.
We've made some mistakes along the way, some very recently.
You here with the mission, sir?
I am.
Trying to get me back in the world.
Trying to save it.
Fury hands Steve a folder with information on the Tesseract in it.
Hydra's secret weapon.
Howard Stark fished that out of the ocean when he was looking for you. He thought what we think. The Tesseract could be the key to unlimited sustainable energy. That's something the world sorely needs.
Who took it from you?
He's called Loki. He's not from around here. There's a lot we'll have to bring you up to speed on, if you're in. The world has gotten even stranger than you already know.
At this point, I doubt anything would surprise me.
Steve gets up, grabs his duffel bag and another punching bag while Fury is talking.
$10 says you're wrong. There's a debriefing packet waiting for you back at your apartment. Is there anything you can tell us about the Tesseract that we ought to know now?
Yeah, you should have left it in the ocean.
Steve exits. Iron Man, aka Tony Stark, is underwater. He attaches a device to a massive pipe. He I'm so sorry.
That was so funny.
Good.
Meg.
Nice.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
He flies up and out of the water and towards the city and begins talking with Pepper Potts.
Good go on this end. The rest is up to you.
Disconnected the transmission lines. Are we off the grid?
Stark Tower is about to become a beacon of self-sustaining clean energy.
Well, assuming the arc reactor takes over and it actually works.
Iron Man peels around a corner, heading straight for Stark Tower.
I assume. Light her up.
Stark Tower lights up.
How does it look?
Like Christmas. But with more me.
We've got to go wider on the public awareness campaign. You need to do some press.
Iron Man flies over an overpass and up the side of the Stark Tower.
I'm in DC tomorrow. I'm working on the zonings for the next 3 buildings.
Pepper, you're killing me at the moment. Remember, enjoy the moment.
Then get in here, and I will.
Iron Man lands on the landing pad of the
Insert
tower.
GIF of Thumper.
Jesus Christ. And walks along a highway, robotic arms deconstructing his armor.
Dio, isn't this you?
Hold on, I think I lost my place. I was too busy saying a funny. Okay, there we are.
Yes, it is.
Sir, Agent Coulson of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on the line.
I'm not in. I'm actually out.
Sir, I'm afraid he's insisting.
Grow a spine, Jarvis. I've got a date.
Pepper stands in front of a holographic display, a little confused.
Levels are holding steady, I think.
Of course they are. I was directly involved. Which leads me to my next question. How do you feel to be a genius?
Tony turns off the display and Pepper and he face each other.
Human interaction achieved.
Well, I really wouldn't know now, would I?
What do you mean? All this came from you.
No, all this came from that.
Pepper taps Tony's arc reactor.
Give yourself some credit, please. Stark Tower is your baby. Give yourself 12% of the credit.
12%.
An argument can be made for 15.
Pepper walks toward the living room.
12% of my baby.
Well, I did all the heavy lifting. Literally, I lifted the heavy things. And sorry, but the security snafu, that was on you.
Ah!
My private elevator.
Pepper pours champagne in 2 glasses.
You mean our elevator?
Yeah, it was teeming with sweaty workmen. Workmen. I'm not going to pay for that comment about percentages in some subtle way later. All right?
Not gonna be that subtle.
I'll tell you what. Next building, it's going to say pots on the tower.
On the lease.
Call your mom. Can you bunk over?
Sir, the telephone. I'm afraid my protocols are being overridden.
Tony picks up his high-tech phone and holds it up.
Mr. Stark, we need to talk.
You've reached the life model decoy of Tony Stark. Please leave a message.
This is urgent.
Then leave it urgently.
The elevator opens and Coulson comes out. Security breach.
The security breach. That's on you.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Bill, come in.
Pepper and Tony walk over to Coulson, who is
Bill
entering.
I can't stay.
His first name is Agent.
Come on in. We're celebrating.
Which is why he can't stay.
We need you to look this over as soon as possible.
Tony stares at the laptop.
I don't like being handed things.
That's fine, because I love to be handed things. So, let's trade.
Such a different tone now.
Pepper swaps with Coulson. He has with her glass and she has the laptop. Then she takes Tony's glass and passes the laptop to him.
Thank you.
Official consulting hours are between 8 and 5 every other Thursday.
This isn't a consultation.
Is this about the Avengers?
Coulson looks at Pepper.
Which I know nothing about.
The Avengers initiative was scrapped, I thought, and I didn't even qualify.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, apparently I'm volatile, self-obsessed, and didn't quite play well with others.
That I did know.
This isn't about personality profiles anymore.
Whatever, Miss Potts. Got a sec?
Half a moment.
Pepper leaves Coulson at the door and goes over to Tony.
You know, I thought we were having a moment.
I was having 12% of a moment.
Tony gives Pepper a look.
This seems serious. Phil looks pretty shaken.
How would you notice? Why is he Phil?
What is all this?
This is,
Tony grabs the holograms on the laptop and throws them up. Holograms fill the room. That's so cool. And each is an article on one of the Avengers.
This.
They both look upon the screens, observing them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the jet to DC tonight.
Hello?
You have homework. You have a lot of homework.
Well, what if I didn't?
If you didn't, you mean when you finished? Well, then...
She leans in and whispers in Tony's ear.
Oh.
Square deal, square deal. We're even fine. Fly safe. Have a good trip.
They kiss. Ugh. Coulson looks away.
Work hard.
Yeah.
So, any chance you're driving by LaGuardia?
I can drop you off.
Fantastic. Oh, I want to hear all about the cellist. Is that still a thing?
As they're talking, Tony sees the Tesseract. It piques his interest. That is not the correct peak.
Not.
She moved back to Portland.
Pepper and Coulson board the elevator.
What? Boo.
A jet flies over the sea at high speeds. Steve is watching a video of the Hulk.
We're about 40 minutes out from home base, sir.
So, this Dr. Banner was trying to replicate the serum they used on me.
A lot of people were. You were the world's first superhero. Banner thought gamma radiation might hold the key to unlocking Erskine's original formula.
Didn't really go his way, did it?
Not so much. When he's not that thing, though, guys like a Stephen Hawking. He's like he's like a smart person. I gotta say, it's an honor to meet you officially. I sort of met you. I mean, I watched you while you were sleeping. I mean, I was present while you were unconscious from the ice.
He moves over to the cockpit and Coulson follows.
You know, it's just a huge honor to have you on board.
Well, I hope I'm the man for the job.
Oh, you are, absolutely. We made some modifications to the uniform. I had a little design input.
The uniform? Aren't the stars and the stripes a little old-fashioned?
Everything that's happening, the things that are about to come to light, people might just need a little old-fashioned.
God, I could use an old-fashioned.
Bro.
Real. Two soldiers run down a tunnel. We hear them coming. They run into the lab where dozens of men are.
Why is that so important?
Including Sylvik. Please. Loki sits and watches, spear in hand. It glows and he is transported to another world.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
The Chitauri grow restless.
Let them goad themselves. I will lead them into glorious battle.
Battle against the meager might of Earth.
Glorious, not lengthy. If your force is as formidable as you claim.
You question us. You question him. He who out the... What the fuck?
God? I'm guessing God?
Got the scepter in your hand, who gave you ancient knowledge and new purpose. When you were cast out, defeated.
I was a king! The rightful king of Asgard! Betrayed.
Your ambition is little, full of childish need. We look beyond the earth to greater worlds the Tesseract will unveil.
You don't have the Tesseract yet.
The Chitauri creature lunges at Loki, hissing.
This is Loki.
Yeah,
is he?
I don't threaten, but until I open the doors, until your force is mine to command, you are but words.
You will have your war, Asgardian. If you fail, if the Tesseract is kept from us, there will be no realm, no barren moon, no crevice where he cannot find you. You think you know pain. He will make you long for something as sweet as pain.
Loki comes back and he flinches. He stares, mad. A jet flies to a giant carrier in the water. It's the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier in all of its glory. Personnel are walking over. Some are strapping down jets and containers. A jet lands. Coulson and Steve step out of it. Natasha walks towards them.
Agent Romanoff, Captain Rogers.
Ma'am.
Hi. They need you on the bridge. They're starting the face trace.
See you there.
Coulson, leaves as Natasha and Steve get to know each other while walking.
It was quite the buzz around here, finding you in the ice. I thought Coulson was gonna swoon. Did he ask you to sign his Captain America trading cards yet?
Trading cards?
They're vintage. He's very proud.
They see Banner, who is bumping into people while he observes the carrier.
Dr. Banner.
Oh, yeah, hi. They told me you'd be coming.
Word is you can find the cube.
Is that the only word on me?
Only word I care about.
Must be strange for you, all of this.
Well, this is actually kind of familiar.
Gentlemen, you might want to step inside in a minute. It's gonna get a little hard to breathe.
Flight mode, secure the deck.
There's a loud whirring and clunking sound, and Banner and Rogers make their way to the edge of the helicarrier.
Is this a submarine?
Really, they want me submerged In a submerged, pressurized metal container.
Propellers begin to spin, and the carrier begins to lift into the air.
Oh no, this is much worse.
The helicarrier begins ascending higher and higher. Rogers and Banner follow Natasha into the bridge. Natasha peels away from them as they stare and observe in awe. It's very busy. Everybody's communicating with each other.
Maximum performance take. Did we assign these?
I don't know.
Did not.
Oh, Walla can make an appearance.
Yes.
Yeah!
Maximum performance takeoff. Increase output to capacity.
Here, hit that other one too.
Yeah.
Power plant performing at capacity. We are clear.
The whole
does
crew
it
is
all.
just a bunch of Paulas.
Yep, that's what we're
Carrier
doing.
bridge
All
is
of them.
one,
The entire
and
crew
then
is Paula.
female
Every
carrier
single-
bridge check.
I mean that would make sense, I guess.
Like,
All engines operating. Shield emergency protocol 193.6 in effect. We're at level, sir.
Oh, good. Let's vanish.
Engage retro reflection panels.
The underside of the ship appears to become coated with mirrors, so it blends in with the sky. Wow, that's really smart.
retro reflection panels engaged.
Gentlemen.
Give Slips Fury the $10 he bet earlier in regards to nothing being able to surprise him.
Doctor, thank you for coming. Oh, this is gonna get weird.
Yep.
Banner shakes Fury's hand.
Thanks for asking nicely. So, how long am I staying? Once we get our hands on the Tesseract, you're in the wind. Well, wherever you was at.
We're sweeping every wirelessly accessible camera on the planet. Cell phones, laptops. If it's connected to a satellite, it's eyes and ears for us.
It's still not going to find them in time.
You have to narrow your field. How many spectrometers do you have access to? Oh, how many are there? Call every lab you know. Tell them to put the spectrometers on the roof and calibrate them for gamma rays. I'll rough out a tracking algorithm, a basic cluster recognition. At least we could rule out a few places. Do you have somewhere for me to work? Agent Romanoff, would you show Dr. Banner to his laboratory, please?
Natasha walks over to Banner. They begin walking out of the bridge area.
You're going to love it, Doc. We've got all the toys.
Really? Do you have the column meter 64?
What? My guy.
These lines didn't make it in the movie.
Nope.
Oh, excellent. I just saw it. Wait, it just hit me. It just hit me.
Jesus Christmas.
We've got the
Farther and farther
69.
away we fly
Do
away.
you have the cum meter 64?
Lord have mercy.
Oh my.
Where are we at on that cum meter?
Where's that comm meter?
I'm not
Hi,
sure.
Dad.
And then Banner's response,
My
"Oh, you're
ears.
very young."
Oh, you're very young.
Weird,
Jesus,
dude.
Don't be
I
weird
promised
about
I
it.
wouldn't stop to point out every weird thing Joss Whedon writes about women, but goddamn, dude.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I just
We
okay.
got
Fury
all the
walks up the
toys.
hill, right? That's the next part. Fury walks up the
Yep.
hill. Yeah, good. Hill, did you tell the council that Botan had been compromised?
Was that not procedure?
Fury
Yeah.
walks.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Fury walks off the bridge and into the air deck, where he looks out.
Did you tell them who exactly is on your response team?
Fury looks over his shoulder.
Doesn't appear that I have to.
Sylvig is working on a machine in Loki's hidden base.
Interior Loki's liar.
You're inside Loki's lair, everybody.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, put it over there. Where did you find all these people?
Shield has no shortage of enemies, Doctor. This the stuff you need?
Yeah, iridium. It's found in meteorites. It forms antiprotons. It's very hard to get a hold of.
Especially if Shields know you need it.
Well, I didn't know.
Loki walks up.
Hey, this is wonderful. The Tesseract has shown me so much, even though it's not the knowledge stone. It's more than knowledge. It's truth. It's space. It's soul. It's time.
Stop. You cease and desist. Cease and
This is
desist.
spoilers.
Oh, I know.
Spoilers.
It touches everyone differently. What did it show you, Agent Barton?
My next target.
Stick in the mud. He's got no soul. No wonder you chose this tomb to work in.
Well, the Radisson. Well, Addison Rays.
Radisson's a hotel, Riff. Stay focused.
Well, the radiation doesn't have 3 levels of lead-lined flooring between shield and that cube.
Selvig walks back to the machine he was actually working on.
I see why Fury chose you to guard it.
You're going to have to contend with him, sir. As long as he's in the air, I can't pin him down, and he'll be putting together a team.
Are they a threat?
To each other, more than likely. But if Fury can get them on track, and he might, they could throw some noise our way.
You admire Fury.
Oh. He's got a clear line of sight.
Is that why you failed to kill him?
It might be. I was disoriented, and I'm not at my best with a gun.
I want to know everything you can tell me about this team of his. I would test their mettle.
Barton nods.
I am weary of scuttling in shadow. I mean to rule this world, not burrow in it.
That's a risk.
Oh, yes.
If you're set on making yourself known, I could be useful.
Tell me what you need.
Barton walks over to a small case, opens it, and takes out his bow. He flicks it open.
I need a distraction and an eyeball.
And break.
Awesome. We'll pause the recording.
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Coulson and Steve are standing in the bridge, just waiting. Agent Jasper Sitwell is in the background running face trace.
I mean, if it's not too much trouble.
No, it's fine.
It's a vintage set. Took me a couple of years to collect them all. Near mint, slightly foxing around the edges, but...
We got hit! 67% match! Wait, cross match, 79%!
Location?
Thanks, Nate.
Stuttgart, Germany, 28.
I'm not even going to try.
He's not exactly hiding.
Captain, you're up.
Strasse.
Steve nods and walks off. A busy street. Cars pull up and drop off the fancy guests.
All right, this sequence.
Yeah.
There's a string quartet in a large ballroom.
Yeah.
And Steve shows up in his new fancy Captain America suit. He walks over and stares.
Two guards outside are shot down with arrows. The Quinjet is speeding across the cloudy skies. It's going to Germany. Barton, some men rush over to a door with a scanner on the side, and they're going to break in. Go.
And Loki shows up and walks down some stairs from a balcony. And there's specifically a scientist at this gala who is talking at a podium. And Loki hits somebody, knocking him to the floor, and everybody turns around and stares at him. And he grabs and flips somebody over, and everybody is screaming, and Loki smiles menacingly.
Menacingly. The image of the eye is transported to a similar device. Barton is holding over retina scanners, and the door opens. Barton rushes in and steals a glass tube, and it contains iridium.
People are running and screaming, and Loki is still following people around, taking on his Asgardian attire. He hits a police car going at him, and it flips over. He creates duplicates of himself, surrounding a mob of gala people.
Kneel before me! I said kneel!
The people hurriedly drops to their knees.
Is this not simpler? Is this not your natural state? It's the unspoken truth of humanity that you crave subjugation. The bright allure of freedom diminishes your life's joy in a mad scramble for power, for identity. You were made to be ruled. In the end, you will always kneel.
The German old man gets to his feet.
Not to men like you.
There are no men like me.
There are always men like you.
Look to your elder, people. Let him be an example.
Loki goes to shoot the scepter, but Captain America jumps in front of the man, and he deflects the beam with the shield, and it hits Loki with it, and he falls to the ground.
Ah!
You know, the last time I was in Germany and I saw a man standing above everyone else, we ended up disagreeing.
The soldier, the man, out of time.
I'm not the one who's out of time.
Jet comes in behind Cap with the Black Widow inside. A gun unfolds from the underside of the plane.
Loki, drop the weapon and stand down.
Loki fires at the jet, and it banks hard to avoid it. Cap attacks Loki, and they start fighting. And then Loki knocks the shield to the side and forces him down with a scepter.
Kneel!
Not today.
Cap jumps up and does a spin kick to Loki's face. The two continue to fight. Natasha, in her Black Widow suit, is trying to
Come on.
spin kick is trying to figure out how to take a shot.
Guys all over the place.
Agent Romanov, you miss me?
The computer screen shows a message, PA systems override. And then a cool song starts playing. Natasha's smiling. Iron Man flies down and fires a repulsor blast, knocking Loki down.
Make a move, Reindeer Games.
Shoot the fire! Loki's Asgardian garb fades away and he raises his hands.
Good move.
Cap walks over to Iron Man. The jet begins to land in the background.
Mr. Stark?
Captain.
Suddenly, mountains. The Quinjet speeds by. Natasha is the pilot. Loki is strapped down in the back of the plane, in suit but no cowl. And Tony, in the suit without the helmet, is standing behind the cockpit, and they talking.
They talking.
They talking.
Oh, they talking.
And they were roommates. But are they saying anything? You saying anything?
Not a word.
Just get him here. We're low on time.
I don't like it.
What? Rock of Ages giving up so easily?
I don't remember it being that easy. This guy packs a wallop.
Still, you were pretty spry for an older fellow. So what's your thing? Pilates?
What?
It's like calisthenics. You might have missed a couple of things. You know, doing time as a capsicle and all.
Fury didn't tell me he was calling you in.
Yeah, there's a lot of things Fury doesn't tell you.
There's a flash of lightning and a roar of thunder.
It does say lightning.
It does. Oh my gosh. But also,
where is this coming from?
Loki leans forward, looking around.
What's the matter? Scared of a little lightning?
I'm not overly fond of what follows.
Loki looks up. There's a crash on top of the jet. Something's landed. Tony, Steve, and Natasha look up, shocked and jolted.
It's time.
It's time.
There seems to be a shadowy figure clinging to the Quinjet. We just make it out. This is
Thor Odin's son, god of thunder.
He is serious. There is another flash
Until
of light.
Thor 3, at least.
What a note. What a note.
He is serious.
Honestly.
Narrator quote, until Thor 3. Natasha speeds up. Steve runs for something. He grabs his cowl while Tony grabs his helmet, which attaches to the suit. And Tony pushes a button and opens up the ramp to the jet.
What are you doing?
Thor enters, jumping down on the ramp. He hits Iron Man away, causing him to fall on Cap. He grabs Loki by the neck and jumps out of the plane.
Okay, now there's that guy.
Another ass man.
That guy's a friendly.
Doesn't matter. If he frees Loki or kills him, the Tesseract's lost.
Iron Man begins walking to the edge of the ramp.
Stark, we need a plan of attack.
Oh, I have a plan. Attack.
Iron Man flies out of the jet and Cap makes for a parachute.
I'd sit this one out, Cap.
I don't see how I can.
These guys come from legend. They're basically gods.
There's only one god, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that.
You wear sandals, damn it. Much less silly.
Cap straps on the chute, grabs his shield, and dives out of the plane, head first. Thor and Loki crash down on a cliff. Thor throws Loki onto the ground. He groans.
Where is the Tesseract?
Oh, I missed you too.
Do I look like I'm in a gaming mood?
Oh, you should thank me. With the Bifrost gone, how many dark energy did all... How many dark energy?
Edit your scripts, Joss. How many dark energy?
How many?
How many? How much dark energy did the Allfather have to muster to conjure you here? Your precious Earth.
Thor drops his hammer, mew mew, and pulls Loki to his feet.
No, this one makes sense. This one makes sense.
This is a grammatically correct line.
Yeah. Maria?
No, they speak in weird because
Yeah, because
Oh,
Asgard.
I haven't seen this movie in so long.
English.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
wait.
okay.
Okay. Did you do the thingy? Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you dead.
Did you mourn?
We all did. Our father.
Your father. Did he not tell you my true parentage? Did he not?
We were raised together. We played together. We fought together. Do you remember none of that?
I remember a shadow, living in the shade of your greatness. I remember you tossing me into abyss. I who was and should be king.
So you take the world I love as recompense for your imagined slights? No. The earth is under my protection, Loki.
Well, yes.
Then you miss the truth of ruling, brother. Throne would suit you ill.
Loki pushes past Thor and walks away. Thor follows.
I have seen worlds you've never known about. I have grown, Odin's son, in my exile. I have seen the true power of the Tesseract, and when I wield it...
Who showed you this power? Who controls the would-be king?
I am king!
Not here. You give up the Tesseract. You give up this poisonous dream. You come home.
I don't have it.
Thor summons meow meow and holds it ready.
You need the cube to bring me home, but I've sent it off, I know not where.
You listen well, brother.
Iron Man flies in, knocking him knocking him and Thor out of frame. Loki stands waiting.
I'm listening.
Thor and Iron Man crash through the trees to the ground. Tony lifts his faceplate.
Do not touch me again.
Then don't take my stuff.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Shakespeare in the Park? Doth mother know you weareth her drapes?
This is beyond you, metal man. Loki will face Asgardian justice.
He gives up the cube, he's all yours. Until then, stay out of the way.
Iron Man takes a few steps.
Thor throws Mirror, hitting Iron Man square in the chest, sending him flying, landing on his back.
Okay.
Oh, geez. Loki smirks menacingly from the top of the cliff and Thor summons Mjolnir and then swings it in circles. Iron Man jumps up and fires a repulse blast at Thor and then fires at him, kicking him through a tree. Thor stands, summoning a bolt of lightning as Loki watches in the distance. Thor sends the bolt at Iron Man.
Power at 400% capacity.
Yeah, how about that?
Iron Man fires at Thor. The two stand ready and then fly at each other. They're smashing through the trees and scraping up the cliffside. Trees crash down to the ground all over. And they're standing up, and then Thor punches. And then Iron Man's about to punch, and then Thor grabs his fist. And Iron Man's about to punch, and then Thor grabs that too. And then he begins to squeeze his hands. He crushes the gauntlet.
Tony's looking at his sick computer, and it's alerting him of things, and he's groaning and he's thinking.
I need that arm.
And he lifts his palm, which is being crushed, and he fires a blast at Thor's face, and it doesn't do anything.
He just
so he headbutts him, and Thor headbutts him back.
That hurt more.
And then Iron Man fires again, coming to a stop before launching himself at Thor. And then Iron Man throws Thor into a broken tree, and they're going at it. A fist fight, just fist fighting. And Thor summons Mjolnir again and is about to slam down on the chest of Tony, but Iron Man ditches, causing Thor to fall.
And then right behind him, Iron Man comes up behind him and he punches him. And they get ready to start fighting again. And then Cap's shield and starts ricocheting off of both of their chests.
Hey!
He catches it.
That's enough.
And then he jumps down from the tree and approaches them.
I'll never understand why.
Now I don't know
was he in
what
the
you
tree?
plan on doing here.
I come here to put an end to Loki's schemes.
Then prove it. Put that hammer down.
No, bad call. He loves his hammer.
Thor swings his hammer back, sending Iron Man behind him.
You want me to put hammer down?
Put hammer down! Put hammer down!
Put that hammer down.
Put the hammer down.
Thor leaps, swinging mirror. Cap raises his shield over his head, and then when they connect, there's a and a flash of light. Everybody's thrown backwards, and then they get to their feet, and then they come together.
Are we done here?
Good for them.
Thor looks around. The helicarrier flies through the clouds because now we're somewhere else. Loki is escorted because they're there. Loki is escorted down the halls by a troop of armed guards. He walks past a window, the Wishbone Lab, where Banner is working. Loki smiles at him through the window. Banner looks at him and rubs his temples.
Loki is locked in a cylindrical glass cage. Fury walks in and over to a control panel.
In case it's unclear, you try to escape, you so much as scratch that glass. 30,000 feet straight down in a steel trap. You get how that works?
He pushes a button and closes the floor. He gestures first to Loki.
And boot.
It's an impressive cage. Not built, I think, for me.
Built for something a lot stronger than you.
Oh, I've heard.
He turns to a camera.
Makes camera eye contact.
Yeah.
Welcome to Punked.
He does a Jim from The Office.
Long eye contact.
Just sideways smirk.
On the glass, a monitor is up. Loki's on it watching. Watching it is Natasha. As Loki talks, she looks up at Banner. Banner looks at her, smirking about her cage comment earlier. I don't know. We see if Thor listened intently.
Oh, this is a Loki monologue.
Why
It's a Loki.
Why isn't I tell us
It
that?
is a Loki. You're right. It is a Loki. Weird.
A mindless beast makes a play, he's still a man. How desperate are you that you call on such lost creatures to defend you?
How desperate am I?
Fury moves.
Oh, I got
Sorry.
it. You threaten my world with war. You steal a force you can't hope to control. Can't hope to control. It's more okay. You talk about
Can't
peace.
control.
can't control. You whatever. You talk about peace and you kill cause it's fun. It's so weird to do with these accents. You have made me very desperate. You might not be glad that you did.
Ooh, it burns you to have come so close, to have the Tesseract, to have power, unlimited power, and for what? A warm light for all mankind to share?
Still you.
Yep, I'm scrolling. And then to be reminded what real power is.
Fury smiles.
Well, let me know if real power wants a magazine or something.
Fury exits. The monitor on Cap's side of the table turns off.
Got him.
Steve, in suit with no cowl, looks up.
He really grows on you, doesn't he?
Loki's gonna drag this out. So, Thor, what's his play?
He has an army called the Chitauri. They're not of Asgard, nor any world known. He means to lead them against your people. They will win him the Earth in return. I suspect for the Tesseract.
An army from outer space?
So he's building another portal. That's what he needs Eric Selvig for.
Selvig?
He's an astrophysicist.
He's a friend.
Aw. Loki has him under some kind of spell, along with one of the bars.
I want to know why Loki let us take him. He's not leading an army from here.
I don't think we should be focusing on Loki. That guy's brain is a bag. Okay, that guy's brain is a bag full of cats. You can smell. You can smell. You can smell crazy on. Smell crazy on that. You can smell crazy on him.
Have care how you speak. Loki is beyond reason, but he is of Asgard, and he is my brother.
He killed 80 people in 2 days.
He's adopted.
Oh, Jenny. Okay.
Wow. Still genuinely caring.
I think it's about the mechanics. Iridium. What do they need iridium for?
It's a stabilizing agent. That's right, I know things. I'm saying take a weekend. I'll fly you to Portland. Keep love alive.
Oh, the cellist.
Means the portal won't collapse on itself like it did at S.H.I.E.L.D. No hard feelings, Point Break. You got a mean swing. Also means the portal can open as wide and stay open as long as Loki wants. Raise the mizzen mast ship to the top sails. That main is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. How does Fury even see these?
He turns.
Sounds exhausting. The rest of the raw materials Agent Barton can get his hands on pretty easily. Only major component he still needs is a power source of high energy density, something to kickstart the cube.
When did you become an expert in thermonuclear astrophysics?
Last night. The packet Selvig's notes in extraction theory papers. Am I the only one who did the reading?
Does Loki need a particular kind of power source?
He is. Oh god, he'd have to heat the cube to 120 million Kelvin just to break through the Coulomb barrier.
Unless Selvig has figured out how to stabilize the quantum tunneling effect.
Well, if he could do that, he could achieve heavy ion fusion at any reactor on the planet.
Finally, someone who speaks English.
Is that what just happened?
It's good to meet you, Dr. Banner. Your work on anti-electro collisions is unparalleled. I am a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into an enormous green rage monster.
Thanks.
Fury enters.
Dr. Banner is only here to track the cube. I was hoping you might join him.
I'd start with the stick of his. It may be magical, but it works an awful lot like a Hydra weapon.
I don't know about that, but it is powered by the cube. And I'd like to know how Loki used it to turn 2 of the sharpest men I know into his personal flying monkeys.
Monkeys? I do not understand.
I do.
The entire room goes instantly silent, staring at Steve.
I understood that reference.
What's
Shall we play, Doctor?
Shall we play? Comma, Doctor. Very clear. There's a comma.
Shall we play, Doctor?
This way, sir.
The two men walk off. Banner and Stark are working on tracking the cube. Banner is scanning the scepter with a device.
The gamma readings are definitely consistent with Selvig's reports on the Tesseract, but it's going to take weeks to process.
If we bypass their mainframe and direct route to the Homer cluster, we can clock this at around 600 teraflops.
Fakest mumbo jumbo.
Worst mumbo jumbo.
Teraflops.
Teraflops.
All I packed was a toothbrush.
You know, you should come by Stark Tower sometime. Top 10 floors are all R&D. You'd love it. It's Candyland.
Thanks, but last time I was in New York, I kind of broke Harlem.
Well, I promise a stress-free environment. No tension, no surprises.
Zap Banner in the side.
Ow!
Hey,
Nothing? Not even a little?
are you nuts?
Jury's out on that one. You really have to get a lid on it, haven't you? Really have got a lid on it, haven't you? What's your secret? Mellow jazz, bongo drums, huge bag of weed.
Is everything a joke to you?
Funny things are.
Threatening the safety of everyone on this ship isn't funny. No offense, Doc.
No, it's all right. I wouldn't have come aboard if I couldn't handle pointy things.
You're tiptoeing, my guy. You need to strut.
And you need to focus on the problem, Mr. Stark.
You think I'm not? Why did Fury call us in? Why now? Why not before? What isn't he telling us? I can't do the equation unless I have all the variables.
You think Fury's hiding something?
He's a spy, Captain. He's the spy. His secrets have secrets. It's bugging him. It's bugging you too, isn't it? It's bugging him too.
I just want to finish my work here and
Doctor?
A warm light for all mankind. Loki's jab at Fury about the cube.
I heard it.
Well, I think it was meant to be you. Even if Barton didn't tell Loki about the tower, it was still all over the news.
The Stark Tower. That big, ugly building in New York.
It's powered by an arc reactor, a self-sustaining energy source. That building would run itself for, a year?
It's just a prototype. I'm kind of the only name in clean energy right now, so that's what he's getting at.
And he privatizes it for himself. Good job, Tony.
Way to go, Tony. Philanthropist extraordinaire.
Hey. So why didn't Shields bring him in on the Tesseract project? What are they even doing in the energy business in the first place?
I should probably look into that as soon as my decryption program finishes breaking all of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s secure files.
I'm sorry, did you say...
Jarvis has been running it since I hit the bridge. In a few hours, I'll know every dirty secret S.H.I.E.L.D. has ever tried to hide. Blueberry?
Yet you're confused about why they didn't want you around.
An intelligence organization that fears intelligence? Historically, not awesome.
I think Loki's trying to wind us up. This is a man who means to start a war, and if we don't stay focused, he'll succeed. We have orders. We should follow them.
Yeah, following's not my style.
And you're all about style, aren't you?
Out of the people in this room, which one of them is A, wearing a spangly outfit, and B, not of use?
Steve, tell me none of this smells a little funky. Sorry. Funky to you?
Just find the cube.
Cap exits the lab, pauses and turns, walking off in another direction.
That's the guy my dad never shut up about? Wondering if they shouldn't have kept him on ice.
The guy is not wrong about Loki. He does have the jump on us.
What he's got is an Acme dynamite kit. It's going to blow up in his face, and I'm going to be there when it does.
I'll read all about it.
Mm-hmm. Or you'll be suiting up with the rest of us.
Now, you see, I don't get a suit of armor. I'm exposed like a nerve. It's a nightmare.
You know, I've got a cluster of shrapnel trying every second to crawl its way into my heart. This stops it. This little circle of light. It's a part of me now. It's not just armor. It's a terrible privilege.
But you can control it.
Because I learned how.
It's different.
Hey, I read all about your accident. That much gamma exposure should have killed you.
So you're saying that the other guy saved my life? That's nice. That's a nice sentiment. Saved it for what?
I guess we'll just find out.
You may not enjoy that.
And you just might.
It's now early dawn. Cap forces open the entrance to a storage room. He walks in looking around silently and jumps up to a catwalk above. There's also a truck and it drives into a tunnel. Selvig places the iridium into a device by the Tesseract. He smiles.
As soon as Loki took the doctor, we moved Jane Foster. We've got an excellent observatory in Tromsø. She was asked to consult there very suddenly yesterday. Handsome fee, private plane, very remote. She'll be safe.
Thank you. It's no accident Loki taking Eric Selvig. I dread what he plans for him once he's done. Eric is a good man.
Olsen and Thor begin walking through the bridge.
He talks about you a lot. You changed his life. You changed everything around here.
They were better as they were. We pretend on Asgard that we're more advanced, but we come here, battling like Bilchsnipe.
Like what?
Bilchsnipe, huge, scaly, big antlers. You don't have those?
No.
Huh. Well, they are repulsive, and they trample everything in their path. When I first came to Earth, Loki's rage followed me here, and your people paid the price. And now again, in my youth, I courted war.
Well, it hasn't started yet. You think you can make Loki tell us where the Tesseract is?
I don't know. Loki's mind is far afield. It's not just power he craves, it's vengeance upon me. There's no pain would prize his need from him.
A lot of guys think that until the pain starts.
What are you asking me to do?
I'm asking, what are you prepared to do?
Loki is a prisoner.
Then why do I feel like he's the only person on this boat that wants to be here?
He's pacing in a cell. Natasha walks up behind him.
There's not many people that can sneak up on me.
But you figured I'd come.
After whatever tortures Fury can concoct, you would appear as a friend, as a balm, and I would cooperate.
I want to know what you've done to Agent Barton.
I'd say I've expanded his mind.
And once you've won, once you're king of the mountain, what happens to his mind?
Oh, is this love, Agent Romanoff?
Love is for children. I owe him a debt.
Tell me.
Before I worked for S.H.I.E.L.D., I made a name for myself. I have a very specific skill set. I didn't care who I used it for or on. I got on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s radar in a bad way. Agent Barton was sent to kill me. He made a different call.
And what will you do if I vow to spare him?
Not let you go, or not let you out.
No. But I like this. Your world in the balance, and you bargain for one man?
Regimes fall every day. I tend not to weep over that. I'm Russian, or I was.
And what are you now?
It's really not that complicated. I got red in my ledger. I'd like to wipe it out.
Can you? Can you wipe out so much red? Drakov's daughter, Sao Paulo, the hospital fire. Barton told me everything. Your ledger is dripping. It's gushing red, and you would think saving a man no more virtuous than yourself will change anything? This is the basest sentimentality. This is a child, a prayer. Pathetic. You lie and kill in the service of liars and killers. You pretend to be separate, to have your own code, something that makes up for the horrors, but they are a part of you, and they will never go away. I won't touch Barton, not until I make him kill you, slowly, intimately, in every way he knows you fear, and then he'll wake just long enough to see his good work, and when he screams, I'll split his skull! This is my bargain, you mewling quim!
Sounds of Natasha sobbing. Her head hangs low.
Oh, did it eat you, Elena?
Maybe.
Keep weeping.
Also, yeah, okay. Also, my page just reset.
No!
No!
It was such a dramatic moment.
I'm
just saying
Oh, that would have been so perfect.
Call me a monster. It's page 68.
We're so close to the end of the scene.
You're a monster.
Oh no, you brought the monster.
When Natasha lifts her head and turns to face Loki, her face is dry.
So, Banner, that's your play?
What?
Natasha begins to exit the room.
Loki means to unleash the Hulk. Keep Banner in the lab. I'm on my way. Send Thor as well.
She stops and faces Loki.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, you just got
Get played
and cut for
Commercial break, baby.
Avengers, Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
So
Fury enters.
Yes, we are. Yes,
that's
that is
right.
where we are. Fury enters. Yes. What are you doing, Mr. Stark?
Kind of been wondering the same thing about you.
You're supposed to be locating the Tesseract. We are. The model's locked and we're sweeping for the signature now. When we get a hit, we'll have the location within half a mile.
And you'll get your cube back. No muss, no fuss. What is phase 2?
Avengers, there's a large gun on the table.
Phase 2 is S.H.I.E.L.D. used the cube to make weapons. Sorry, computer was moving a little slow for me.
Rogers, we gathered everything related to the Tesseract. That does not mean that we're...
I'm sorry, Nick. What were you lying?
I was wrong, director. The world hasn't changed a bit.
Thor and Natasha enter. Banner looks at her.
Did you know about this?
You want to think about removing yourself from this environment, Doctor?
I was in Calcutta. I was pretty removed.
Loki's manipulating you.
And you've been doing what exactly?
You didn't come here because I bat my eyelashes at you.
Yes, and I'm not leaving because suddenly you get a little twitchy. I'd like to know why S.H.I.E.L.D. is using the Tesseract to build weapons of mass destruction. Because of him.
Me?
Last year, the Earth had a visitor from another planet who had a grudge match that leveled a small town. We learned that not only are we not alone, but we are hopelessly, hilariously outgunned.
My people want nothing but peace with your people.
But you're not the only people out there, are you? And you're not the only threat. The world's filling up with people who can't be matched. They can't be controlled.
Like you controlled the cube.
Your work with the Tesseract is what drew Loki to it, and his allies. It is the signal to all the realms that the Earth is ready for a higher form of war.
Higher form?
You forced our hand. We had to come up with some...
Nuclear deterrent. Because that always calms everything right down.
Everyone becomes hostile and begins cutting each other off.
Remind me again how you made your fortune, Stark.
I'm sure if he still made weapons, Stark would be neck deep.
What? Wait, hold on. How is this now about me?
I'm sorry, isn't everything?
I thought humans were more evolved than this.
Favor, sorry.
Excuse me, we did... did we come to your planet and blow stuff up?
'Tis your champion.
You're not my champion.
Yeah, this is weird that it has like
yeah,
two columns.
Lena?
Wait,
We're just going left to right. Yeah.
Are you boys really that naive? Shield monitors potential threats.
You furious? I'm furious.
And Captain America is on the threat pool.
We all are.
That's not your concern, Doctor.
As they argue over one another, and the scepter glows strongly.
You're on that list? Are you above or below Angry Bees?
I swear to God, Stark, one more crack.
You're a threat. Verbal threat. I feel threatened.
Show some respect.
Respect what?
Oh God! Yeah! Oh my God! Yeah! It's so funny for it coming out of Elliot's mouth. Yeah, man. Handle me now. That'll be good.
On a screen in the jet is
manhandle me. Sorry. Yeah, manhandle me now. That'll be good. Sorry.
On a screen in the jet is Loki's scepter. Inside, men working for Loki put on masks and load weapons. Barton readies his bow. Transport 6650. Please relay your form code. Got you on the computer, but not over the log. Is that your haul? Over.
Arms to ammunition. Over.
You speak of control, yet you court chaos.
It's his MO, isn't it? I mean, what are we? A team? No. We're a chemical mixture that makes chaos. We're a time bomb. You need to step away.
Why shouldn't the guy let off a little steam?
You know damn well why. Back off.
Oh, I'm starting to want you to make me.
Yeah, big man in a suit of armor. Take that off. What are you?
Genius billionaire playboy philanthropist.
I know guys I know guys with none of that worth 10 of you. I've seen the footage. The only thing you really fight for is yourself. You're not the guy to make the sacrifice play, to lay down on a wire and let the other guy crawl over you.
I think I would just cut the wire.
Always a way out. You know, you may not be a threat, but you better stop pretending to be a hero.
A hero. Like you. You're a laboratory experiment, Rogers. Everything special about you came out of a bottle.
That's not what Stanley Tucci said, bitch.
The ramp
Sorry,
opens.
watch Captain America.
The ramp opens and Barton knocks an arrow, takes aim and lets it loose. The arrow swings in the air and attaches to the side of one of the carrier's enormous engines, flashing. Steve smirks.
Put on the suit. Let's go a few rounds.
You people are so petty and tiny.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, this is a team. Agent Romanoff, would you escort Dr. Banner back to his... Where? You rented my room? Oh, where? You rented my room. Sorry, where? You rented my room? The cell was just in case you needed to kill me, but you can't. I know. I tried.
Oh, Jesus.
I like this.
This scene.
Yeah. Oh, God, here we go,
warning.
baby.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, stops everyone saying, I got low. I didn't see it end, so I put a bullet in my mouth, and the other guy spit it out. So I moved on. I focused on helping other people. I was good until you dragged me back into this freak show and put everyone here at risk. You want to know my secret, Agent Romanoff? You want to know how I stay calm?
Dr. Banner, put down the scepter.
Garner looks down, surprised to see the scepter in his hand. The monitor makes a noise, signaling the Tesseract has been located.
We found it.
Banner puts the scepter back on the table and walks over to the screen on the other side of the room.
Well, this is awkward. Got it. Sorry, kids. You don't get to see my party trick after all.
Located the Tesseract.
I can get there faster.
Look, all of us.
I don't know who the fuck Nova is.
It's Novar.
We'll say it's Thor. We'll say it's Thor.
Toan.
Oh.
The Tesseract belongs on Asgard. No human is a match for it.
Stark turns to leave and Rogers holds him back.
You're not going alone.
Tony smacks his hand.
You gonna stop me?
Put on the suit. Let's find out.
I'm not afraid to hit an old man.
Put on the suit.
Banner sees something on a monitor.
Oh my God.
Barton kneels down and presses a button on his bow. The arrowhead explodes. The blast destroys one of the engines. Everyone in the lab is flying different directions. Fury and Thor fall to the floor behind a table. Tony and Steve are blown into the entryway. And Banner and Natasha fly out the Wishbone lab and into the lower engine equipment room. My apologies. Pieces of flaming debris fall to Earth. Steve and Tony scramble to their feet.
Put on the suit.
Yeah. Oh.
Steve helps Tony up and they run out of the lab. People are running around, yelling and grabbing guns while the monitors are beeping wildly. Shield packs are panicking.
Paula.
Annie, get your gun!
Running to their stations.
All hands engaged.
Nice!
Hectic.
An agent frantically runs down the hall. Smoke is dispensing from some pipes. Fury sits up, groaning.
Jess, we can hear you.
Oh, Hill. I'm just done.
Hill is standing her command area. She's looking at a screen.
Number 3 engine is down.
We've been hit!
Hill runs over to a bridge tech station.
Did we get a run in? Come on, talk to me.
We got a fire in engine 3! Holy shit!
The line looks mostly I don't know what voice I'm doing now. Intact, but it's impossible to get out there to make repairs while we're in the air.
We lose one more engine, we won't be. Someone's got to get outside and patch that engine.
Stock, you copy that?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Coulson runs down some steps.
Coulson, initiate defensive lockdown in the contingent center. Then get to the armory. Romanoff.
Natasha's leg is trapped under a very large pipe. She tries pulling herself painfully free. He grows in pain. He gives up and is making very weird movements.
Oh, Banner is spazzing. Oh, God.
Banner is in the corner spazzing out. I'm sorry, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, I just noticed.
Spacing out?
Oh, yeah, it's not even spelled
Spacing out?
God.
Joss. Okay, anyway, Natasha says.
Oh, many.
Okay, wait, can you hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Okay.
She looks over to Banner, who's breathing heavy, having landed hard. He's gripping the grated flooring to maintain control, but his eyes are green, his face intense.
We're okay, right?
Barton and his men have landed and are making their way across the deck to an open air vent. Barton signals his men to kick in the vent, and they do. The grating is kicked in and the men jump down. Barton gives them orders.
Sun's getting real low.
Keep that engine down. Detention. Wait for camera to go dark. Stay close.
Tony and Cap run through a dim, debris-filled hall.
Find engine 3. I'll meet you there.
Cap peels off as Tony approaches a tech room. Inside, Tony's Iron Man suit stands waiting, lit from above in all its glory. On Banner's face, in the dim light as he struggles to suppress the rage, but his face is growing, changing slowly.
Oh, I really wish I had sound effects right now.
Natasha is pulling herself painfully free again, talking to Banner.
Oh, Lena, are you having trouble with your mic?
Yeah, it's fine.
Got you.
Cool.
Doctor, Bruce, you gotta fight it. This is just what Loki wants. We're gonna be okay. Listen to me.
2 maintenance guys, run in.
You hurt?
Natasha waves them away.
We're gonna be okay. I swear on my life, I will get you out of this. You will walk away and never ever.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember this part of the line. I don't remember how this is supposed to be delivered. Your life.
It's in the middle of changing.
Yeah. I know. I don't have my post editing technology to do the weird demon voice. surprising, in case any of y'all were wondering, it's not me doing the weird, incredibly echo-filled voice. Anyway.
His voice has the change in it. The bitter amusement is boring.
So this happens when a young person reaches a certain age.
Some baseball.
You have
Your
the
voice has the
change.
change in it.
Your life.
Dude, if we called puberty the change,
Please, that's canon now.
that's so much like
the metamorphosis has begun.
Okay, anyway.
His voice has the change in it. The bitter amusement is morphing to a growled threat. Banner begins to transform into the Hulk, shirt tearing. He throws himself away from Romanoff, who looks terrified. Then he turns to look at her, transforming just as the lights go out.
Sounds like a me at an Arby's buffet.
wow.
Jesus Christmas.
Okay, anyway.
Natasha.
Oh no, we lose Lena's mic again.
Matt.
Lena, no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Natasha Romanoff.
Natasha Romanoff.
Oh no!
We'll just go. Bruce.
Bruce.
That's my Miriam.
Let it back. Let it back.
His name's Bruce.
Lena, you're back in. Are you talk to see if we can hear you?
The line is Bruce.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? The line is Bruce.
Page
Bruce.
79. Yeah, there.
The transformation.
The transformation completes, and Banner's alter ego, the Hulk, gets unsteadily to his feet and roars.
Or in Sai's case, fuck yeah!
Romanoff wrenches her foot free and stands looking, and the Hulk turns to face her. She turns and runs up the catwalk stairs as the Hulk chases her. She swings over a catwalk and rolls under a turbine as the Hulk tears down the stairs. Natasha jumps through small places as the Hulk grabs after her, roaring loudly. She crawls under pipes. In the cell, Loki hears the Hulk roaring and smiles. Fury enters, running, yelling.
Oh, sorry. I got distracted by the chat. Bring the carrier to a 180 south. Take us to the water.
We're blind. Navigation recalibrated after the engine failure.
Is the sun coming up?
Yes, sir.
Then put us on the left. Get us over. Oh, what? What? You said okay. Get us over.
No, you
water.
just said I get. No, I get what you. I'm sorry. This is awkward, director. I'm just gonna go steer the ship.
Oh god. Put us on the left. Get us over water. One more turbine goes down, then we drop.
That's how you improv.
Has just arrived at the damaged engine.
Stark, I'm here.
Tony, in full Iron Man armor, flies closer to the engine.
Weird. I am Iron Man now and only now. Good. Let's see what we got.
He begins to examine the engine, his suit scanning through the different levels of machinery.
I gotta get this superconducting cooling system back online before I can access the rotors. Work on dislodging the debris. I need you to get to the engine control panel and tell me which relays are in overload position.
Rogers jumps and swings himself over to the control panel and opens it up while Iron Man works on the engine.
There you go.
What's it look like in there?
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
Well, you're not wrong.
Thanks, boomer. I'm sorry. Greatest generation, technically. Let's be accurate when we bully the elderly, yeah?
Yeah.
The lower engine room. The place is dark. Natasha sneaks under the engine. She's hiding. She hears footsteps. Suddenly, the Hulk jumps at her, roaring, and she tries to shoot her gun, but she hits a pipe. There's gas. She's running. The Hulk is also running. There's like a cool slow-mo shot. He catches up to her as she's about to run, and then he like slaps her, and she's on the wall. And then she's like unable to move. She's scared. She's like hurt. He raises a fist. He's about to strike. And then he's tackled through a wall by Thor. They're in the lower docking area.
That's
oh god.
All right.
Sorry, you're playing a child reading this.
The two roll into the docking area with planes and personnel are running from the room. The two circle each other as Natasha takes an attack in, and the Hulk strikes, throwing wild punches as Thor ducks and weaves. The Hulk brings down a fist, and Thor holds it above him on his knees.
We are not your enemies, Banner. Try to think.
Hulk punches Thor across the room through a container. And then meanwhile, Iron Man's blasting away the debris from the engine with his uni beam.
As it's called.
Okay. The relays are intact. What's our next
Pushes
move?
Camera pulls out a bit.
Good job,
Even if
camera.
I clear the sorry, this is Iron Man. Even if I clear the rotors, this thing won't engage without a jump. I'm gonna have to get in there and push.
Well, if that thing gets up to speed, you'll get shredded.
Then stay in the control unit and reverse polarity long enough to disengage Maglev, and that should
speak English.
See the red lever?
Uh-huh.
Stand by it and wait for my word. We'll slow the rotors down long enough for me to get up. Why? Never mind.
Cool.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Rogers makes his way over to the lever.
Sorry.
Thor flies on some stacked containers. He slides on the floor on one knee and one leg out. He wipes a little blood from his nose. The Hulk roars and Thor looks up, grinning, and raises his hand. Mjolnir comes flying through the docking area, and Thor catches it just as the Hulk charges through and hits him on the jaw, sending him into a plane. The Hulk gets up and fully rips a wing straight off the plane and throws it at Thor, who dodges it, causing it to hit a jeep. Thor throws Mjolnir, and the Hulk catches the hammer but is pulled backwards because he is not worthy. He tries to lift the hammer but cannot. Thor picks it up and wraps his arms around the Hulk's neck romantically. The Hulk tries to swing Thor off.
Meanwhile, Fury's at the controls and Hill's walking across the room.
we need full evac on the lower hangar bed.
And on the docking area.
Hill nods and walks and signals some agents. A small device rolls over to their feet.
Oh, grenade.
Just points at it.
The device explodes, sending agents flying. In the smoke, Loki's men enter, guns at the ready. Fury knocks one out, using his gun to shoot at another. While he's taking care of a third, a fourth man enters and is about to fire when Hill shoots him in the head.
I got a chance.
I can't say this word. She's pissed and bleeding. Meanwhile, Coulson makes his way over to the armory door. Over the intercom...
We've got perimeter breach. Hostiles are on the shield gear. Call out to every junction. Oh, sorry. I thought that was me. Oh, you know what? I'm the helicopter one. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. I still love you. Coulson pushes down on a switch and scans his eyeball. Gross.
For fun.
Why not? Hulk and Thor crash through the floor of the Wishbone lab. Thor lays on the ground and he looks up, and the Hulk grabs him by the throat, non-romantically. Fury, Hill, and the other agents are shooting towards Loki's men. The place is chaotic. Bridge techs are taking cover and hiding from gunfire. Over the intercom, we've got the Hulk and Thor in the research level 4. Level 2 and 3 are gone.
Sir, the Hulk will tear this place apart.
Get his attention.
Escort 6-0, proceed to Wishbone, and engage hostile. Don't get too close.
Yeah, copy.
Oh.
All the pilots are the same dude. They're all
They're all the same,
They're all the same guy.
They're all Fraticus Brodicus. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. It's fine.
Oh my God,
Jet
he returned.
flies to where the Hulk and Thor are fighting, seemingly evenly matched.
Target engaged. Target acquired. Sorry. Target engaged.
He fires his guns towards Hulk. The barrage of bullets bounce off Hulk. He roars, running at the window. Hulk crashes through it, leaping at the jet.
Oh shit! Target angry! Target angry! Oh god! Oh no!
Hulk lands on the nose of the jet and tears at the metal as it swerves in the air. The pilot tries to eject himself, but the Hulk grabs him and throws him off the side. The pilot's parachute. Parachute opens and the plane explodes, sending Hulk plummeting to the earth. Meanwhile, Iron Man saws off pieces of debris with a laser. He jumps on them, knocking them off the rotors. A pair of Loki's men engage. One throws a grenade. Cap jumps into the air and slaps it away. He lands back on the carrier and fights them off, standing close to the lever. He ends up throwing one of the men off the carrier. Cap jumps onto a catwalk, picks up a machine gun, and begins firing at the last man.
So much for not
Meanwhile,
killing people.
Fury is still shooting at the enemies.
They're not getting through here. So what the?
Barton fires from above. Fires arrows from above and they explode. He fires another which hits the control panel. Fury sees him and begins to shoot, while the arrow, having hit a plug, hacks the computer's helicarrier systems, causing a second engine to malfunction. It's dead.
You know how hacking works.
Yeah, must have really good aim. Engine 1 is now in shutdown.
The helicarrier tilts dangerously. Everyone on the bridge begins rolling.
Sir, we've lost all power in Engine 1!
Natasha sits in the carnage of the Hulk's rampage, shaking. She slowly lifts a hand to her earpiece.
It's Barton. He took out our systems. He's headed for the detention lab.
No,
Does anybody
Fury.
copy? What?
Oh, this is
All right.
Keep going.
Just keep
It is Fury.
This is Agent Romanoff. I copy.
Natasha. Oh, wait, is that me? I'm sorry. Natasha staggers to her feet, ready. Also, Iron Man is trying to push the rotor.
Oh, Stark, we're losing altitude.
Yep, I noticed.
Iron Man flies, Jesus Christmas, flies between the rotors and begins to push, slowly picking up speed. Slowly picking up speed. Where was I? And sparks fly. Cap is forced over the edge by a gunman and falls, almost dropping off the carrier, hanging on by a while. Meanwhile, Thor runs into the room where Loki's contained. He sees the door slide open and runs over to Loki, only to go straight through him. Loki reappears behind him and closes the door, locking Thor inside.
Are you ever not going to fall for that?
Well,
Meanwhile, Barton's walking along a passage catwalk. Natasha appears behind him and he quickly shoots a bow and it misses. They start to fight and stuff like that. They start running. He's following her. They keep fighting. It's an even fight. He tries to hit her with the bow instead of fire an arrow at her for some reason. They're headbutting each other, punching each other. They both pull knives. Meanwhile, Thor hits the cage with his hammer and the cage cracks, but it begins to shake off the bolts and shutters.
The humans think us immortal. Shall we test that?
Loki moves to open the chute beneath the cell, dropping Thor to what is, for any reasonable person, certain death. Coulson suddenly appears, wielding a large prototype Phase 2 weapon.
Move away, please.
Loki steps back from the panel.
Do you like this?
God, I'm sorry.
Do you like this? We started working on the prototype after you sent the destroyer. Even I don't want to know what it does. Do you want to find out?
Coulson prepared to fire the weapon when Loki disappears, reappearing behind him and thrusting the the point of his spear through Coulson's chest. He yells and drops to the floor.
No! Loki returns to the panel, opening the chute and pressing the button which sends the cell and Thor falling from the ship. Meanwhile, Natasha and Barton are still fighting. That's it. He pushes her up against the wall. It's makes me really uncomfortable. And he pulls a knife on her. And then he gets yeah, she bites him, and then she spins and throws him on the ground.
Natasha.
She punches him in the face. Meanwhile, the cell is still dropping, flipping all over the place. I bet Thor's getting really dizzy.
Me too.
Thor is trying desperately to break free from the cell, swinging Bedolganor at the glass sides as he plummets, twisting and turning through the air. He's holding onto the walls and launches between the space. It launches across the space, crashing through the glass, and just before it hits the ground. And then he crashes into a field like a meteorite.
Cool.
And then Coulson is still having been stabbed, and then Loki goes to leave.
Alive.
You're going to lose.
Am I?
It's in your nature.
Your heroes are scattered. Your floating fortress falls from the sky. Where is my disadvantage?
You lack conviction.
I don't think I...
Fire's weapon, which shoots a blast of fire similar to that of the Destroyer, sending Loki flying through a wall.
So that's what it does.
Fury is working the controls. All hands to your stations immediately.
The helicarrier is still falling. Iron Man has attempted to kickstart the engine by manually moving the huge rotors. He's pushing the blades, spinning faster and faster until they start spinning on their own, then the ship levels off.
Cap, hit the lever.
Lever.
Cap still hangs from the side of the ship by a power cord.
I need a minute here.
Lever! Now!
Cap pulls himself up. Iron Man is pushed back up against one of the rotors, now spinning too fast for him to escape.
Oh, no.
Iron Man is sucked into the blades and is spun wildly around before Cap manages to pull the lever and is able to fly back out. He manages to right himself and flies back to the ship, taking out the gunmen shooting at Cap.
Meanwhile, a jet takes off. Inside it is Loki, who is smiling and watching the carrier. Coulson slumped on the floor with a gun in his lap. Fury enters and kneels down by him.
I'm sorry, boss. They got rabbited.
Just stay awake. Eyes on me.
Oh, I'm clocking out here.
Not an option.
It's okay, boss. This was never gonna work. If they don't have something to...
His breathing halts and Fury stands to let the medical team through. He leans against the railing. Meanwhile, Hill is having a head wound to tend to.
Agent Coulson is down.
Hill pushes the doctor away. Natasha stands on the side, I almost said sidewalk, the catwalk, as Barton is dragged away from some agent. She listens intently.
The medical team is on its way to your location.
Oh, they're here.
I'm sorry, I was screaming earlier. I was just really stressed.
Yeah, they're here.
Tony and Cap stand together by the engine, quietly listening.
They called it.
Steve, Tony, and Fury are gathered at a table. Hill stands to the side. Fury pulls a handful of cards out.
These were in Phil Coulson's jacket. Guess he never did get you to sign them.
Sorry, good.
Oh, okay. We're dead in the air up here. Our communications, location of the cube, Banner, Thor. I got nothing for you. Lost my one good eye. Think I had that coming. Yes, we were going to build an arsenal with the Tesseract. I never put all my chips on that number, though, because I was playing something even riskier. There was an idea, Stark knows this, called the Avengers Initiative. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people, see if they could become something more. See if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could. Phil Coulson, bring together. We need them to fight the battles that we never could. Phil Coulson died still believing in that idea, in heroes. Well, it's an old-fashioned notion. And, yeah, I think that's where we break.
Oh, yeah, 2 minutes left. Yeah, good call. Good call.
Yeah, I think this is where we break. Yeah, and I believe that now is around the time where, David said that he is jumping off just as a heads up, so we're probably going to need to have somebody step in, but it's all good. We'll be back after
I know there's
this
a very
break.
talented voice to pick up where I left off.
Oh yeah.
And his name is John Cena.
It's actually any one of you, to be honest.
Thor is making his way over to Maloney. He hesitates to pick it up, fearing he is not worthy. He clenches his fist. Meanwhile, Banner wakes, naked, in a pile of rubble. There's a security guard standing over him.
You fell out of the sky.
Did I hurt anyone?
Well, there's nobody around here to get hurt. Did scare the hell out of some pigeons, though.
Lucky.
Or just good aim. You were awake when you fell.
You saw?
Whole thing! Right through the ceiling. Big and green and buck-ass nude. Nude. Here. Didn't think these would fit you until you shrunk down to a regular-sized fella.
Thank you.
Are you an alien?
What?
From outer space. Are you a mean green mother from outer space?
No.
Well then, son, you've got a condition.
That's the least you could say about it. Banner steps down from the pile of rubble in the warehouse, pulling on the shirt.
So, which one is it?
Sorry?
Are you a big guy that gets so little, or a little guy that sometimes blows up large?
I'm not even sure.
You got somewhere to go?
Dark Tower, No. Yes.
I'd expect some confusion of the mind since... What the fuck? This security guard's like... has no consistent way of speaking.
No.
Yeah.
I'd expect some confusion of the mind since your body is kind of all over the place, but it has to be one or the other.
Security guard gestures Banner to follow him.
I know where I could do the most good, but it's where I can do the most harm.
Oops. Well, that's no different than anybody else. Take this scene, for example. They cut it down in the movie because, God, it's not very good.
No, I know. I was like, this is not.
I'm here in Jersey where I can't do much of either. So
what?
And since I'm not likely to move on from this placement, yes, let me speak. Ashley Johnson's not the only one whose scenes were cut down.
This man's needs his whole Jersey backstory on display.
I'm not likely to move on from this placement. You may as well pilfer my ride.
Pilfer.
You could certainly phrase it that way. The security guard gestures to an old motorcycle.
Oh my God!
Frank, please.
No.
Okay, so Banner, I don't know which way to go.
Your mind's already made up, son. The rest of you will follow.
This is such a bad scene.
They cut those lines because, of course, the movie felt no need to justify how the hell Banner got a bike. God.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Barton is strapped to a hospital bed. Natasha sits by him as he strains against the wands, breathing hard and shaking his head.
Yeah.
No.
Clint, you're gonna be all right.
You know that? Is that what you know? I gotta go in though. I have to flush him out.
You gotta level out. It's gonna take time.
You don't understand. Have you ever had someone take your brain and pull you out and stuff you like something else, stuff something else in? You know what it's like to be unmade?
You know that I do.
Why am I back? How did you get him out?
Cognitive recalibration. I hit you really hard in the head.
Thanks. Natasha, how many agents?
Don't do that to yourself, Clint. This is Loki. This is monsters and magic and nothing we were ever trained for.
Loki. He get away?
Yeah, I Don't suppose you know where?
Didn't need to know. Didn't ask. He's gonna make his play soon, though. Today.
Natasha walks to the door.
We gotta stop him.
Yeah? Who's we?
I don't know. Whoever's left.
Well, if I put an arrow through Loki's eye socket, I'd sleep better, I suppose.
Well, now you sound like you.
But you don't. You're a spy, not a soldier. Now you want to wade into a war? Why? What did Loki do to you?
He didn't.
Natasha?
I've been compromised. I got red in my ledger. I'd like to wipe it out.
Real quick casting notice. We totally forgot to update the audience on what the hell's going on.
Oh yeah.
Naomi will now be playing Liza, playing Steve Rogers, Captain America. So sorry, this sounds really confused. Do you not want to be Liza?
Do you want to be
Carlton?
Carlton?
We gotta go.
Just want to be.
I
do you want to be Carlton? Do you want to be Carlton?
We can try being Carlton.
Naomi's gonna be Carlton as Steve Rogers. Hell yeah.
Development.
All right. Meanwhile, Tony's stand overlooking where the cylindrical glass cage used to be. Steve enters the room.
Was he married?
No. There was a cellist, I think.
I'm sorry. He seemed like a good man.
He was an idiot.
Tony and Steve slowly move towards each other.
Why? For believing?
For taking on Loki alone.
He was doing his job.
He was out of his league. He should have waited. He should have.
Sometimes there isn't a way out, Tony.
Right. How did that work for him?
Is this the first time you've lost a soldier?
We are not soldiers. I'm not marching to Fury's fight.
Neither am I. He's got the same blood on his hand that Loki does. But right now, we gotta put that behind us and get this done. Now Loki needs a power source. If we can put together a list.
Tony looks down at the place Coulson fell. There's a dent in the wall.
He made it personal.
That's not the point.
That is the point. That's Loki's point. He hit us all right where we live. Why?
To tear us apart.
Yeah, divide and conquer is great, but he knows he has to take us out to win, right? That's what he wants. He wants to beat us. He wants to be seen doing it. He wants an audience.
Right. I caught his act in Stuttgart.
Yeah, that's just the previews. This is opening night. And Loki, he's a full-tail diva. He wants flowers, he wants parades, he wants a monument built to the skies with his name plastered. Son of a bitch.
Meanwhile, at Stark Tower, Selvig is setting up the device to open up the portal.
I'm still in this movie.
Meanwhile, in the sick bay, Barton is in the restroom and Natasha sitting on the bed. Steve is suited up. He enters. Natasha stands.
Legally distinct Captain America.
Time to go.
Go where?
I'll tell you on the way. Can you fly one of those jets?
Barton enters from the restroom, drying his hands.
I can.
Deb looks at Natasha, who nods.
Got a suit?
Yeah.
Then suit up.
Nice.
There's a bunch of visuals. Shots. Each one of the Avengers is suiting up, preparing, zipping up, picking up weapons.
Yeah.
Cool.
They all pick up a thing and then they do the thing and then Thor gets his armor. End of series of shots.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Cap, Barton, and Natasha walk onto the jet.
Hey, you guys aren't authorized to be in here.
Son, just don't.
Fury is holding Coulson's cards, looking over at the air deck. Hill walks up behind him.
Sir,
Agent Hill.
those cards were in Coulson's locker, not his jacket.
They needed the push.
He sees the Quinjet and Iron Man takes off towards the city. Oh, we've got an unauthorized departure from Base 6.
They found it. Get our communications back up. Whatever you have to do. I want eyes on everything.
Yes, sir.
Iron Man is flying towards the city. His suit is losing power, but he continues to fly towards Stark Tower. Meanwhile, Selvig, still under the control of Loki, is ready to activate the device he created with the Tesseract. Iron Man slowly reaches.
Reaches what?
You know,
he reaches
out.
Okay. Sir, I turned off the arc reactor. The device is already self-sustaining.
Shut it down, Dr. Selvig.
This is not Jarvis.
That's not Jarvis at all.
It's too late. She can't stop now. She wants to show us something. A new universe.
Okay, crackpot.
What?
Flies at the barrier around the device, but the Tesseract deflects it, sending the energy outwards, knocking Selvig out and Iron Man back.
The barrier's pure energy. It's unbreachable.
Yeah, I got that.
Iron Man sees Loki on the platform outside the penthouse.
I'm beat.
Sir, the Mark 7 is not ready for deployment.
Then skip the spinning rims. We're on the clock.
Tony lands and his suit is deconstructed. He walks into the tower penthouse, watching Loki carefully. Loki walks in as well. Inside the tower, Loki walks towards Tony and goes behind his bar.
Please tell me you're going to appeal to my humanity.
Actually, I'm planning on threatening you.
You should have left your armor on for that.
Yeah, it's seen a bit of mileage. You've got the blue stick of destiny. Would you like a drink?
Stalling me won't change anything.
No. Threatening. No drink? You sure? I'm having one.
The Chitauri are coming. Nothing will change that. What have I to fear?
The Avengers. It's what we call ourselves. Sort of like a team. Earth's mightiest heroes type of thing.
Yes, I met them.
Yeah. Takes us a while to get any traction. I'll give you that one. But let's do a head count here. Your brother, Demigod. A super soldier, a living legend who kind of lives up to the legend, a man with breathtaking anger management issues, a couple of master assassins, and you, big fella. You've managed to piss off every single one of them.
That was the plan.
Tony begins to walk to the center of the penthouse where Loki is.
Not a great plan. When they come, and they will, they'll come for you.
I have an army.
We have a Ginny.
That was good.
Oh, I thought the beast had wandered off.
Yeah, you're missing the point. There's no throne. There is no version of this where you come out on top. Maybe our army comes in. Maybe it's too much for us. But it's all on you. Because if we can't protect the Earth, we can be damned well sure we'll avenge it. Good read.
Loki walks over to Tony, pointing his scepter.
How will your friends have time for me when they're so busy fighting you? Ding, ding. This this usually works.
Well, performance issues, I know.
Loki grabs Tony by the throat and throws him across the room.
Jarvis, anytime now.
Loki grabs Tony again.
You will all fall before me.
Jarvis, deploy!
Loki sends Stark crashing through the window and plummeting towards the ground.
Deploy!
Okay.
Behind Loki, the Mark 7 suit goes rocketing past and out after Stark. Catches up to him and locking onto the bracelet, attaches to him and makes a full suit. Tony manages to not hit the ground, flies back up.
And there's one other person you pissed off. His name is Phil.
Iron Man fires a repulsor blast at Loki and he is knocked down. Meanwhile, the device has powered up and shoots a stream of blue energy into the sky, which opens into a portal where the, how do you say this word again? Chitauri army waits.
On the moon.
The horde of aliens begin to fly through.
I've come to make an announcement. Army.
Iron Man speeds towards the incoming Okay. Iron Man speeds towards the incoming army, shooting at them. The Chitauri fire back at him. He fires more blasts, moving out the way. They're dodging. Iron Man continues flying. Bam! He's hit by a Chitauri hovercraft. He rights himself and releases many missiles at the Chitauri, blowing them up. The citizens get out of their taxis. It's a bunch of chaos. The Chitauri fire at the restaurant. Ashley Johnson and her coworkers are left outside. They duck and take cover from the shots. When they get the chance, they take off inside the cafe. Ashley Johnson, I scrolled too far. Ashley Johnson, her coworkers, and customers look out the window at the destruction that the aliens cause. Go!
Loki walks out to the pad as Asgardian armor materializing as he looks over the chaos below. Suddenly, Thor lands lower on the platform.
Loki, turn off the Tesseract or I'll destroy it.
You can't. There's no stopping it. There is only the war.
So be it.
Loki leaps at Thor, and the two begin to fight. Blast from Loki's scepter, sending one of the letters of Stark falling onto the ground. Now it just says Star. I don't know which letter up.
Sure.
I don't remember which one. Go.
Civilians are running for their lives, screaming. There's police cars. There's two policemen. One of them is in charge and the other one isn't. And then they look up at the army. And suddenly it's the New York City skyline. The Quinjet flies towards Stark Tower, which is beaming from the blue stream into the sky.
Stark, we're on a 3 heading northeast.
What? Did you stop that a drive-through? Swing that part. I'm gonna lay him out for them. For you. Bah.
Man flies fast, leading a troop of Chitauri past Stark Tower, where Thor and Loki are still fight each other. He flies around the building, takes a sharp turn, causing some of the troop to crash. Meanwhile, inside the cockpit, Barton and Natasha are piloting the plane. They release the cannon gun. Sure.
The cannon gun is out to destroy all of your ships.
The cannon gun.
Iron Man's flying. They're still shooting and they're still flying.
Nat?
Wait, is it Jarvis?
Jarvis.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
sir, we have more incoming.
Fine, let's keep them occupied.
Okay.
The Quinjet comes around a building, blasting at the army who are firing at them. One of the wings grazed by the Chitauri gunfire. They slow as they come to Stark Tower. Thor smashes Loki's head into the glass of the catwalk of Stark Tower. They're still fighting.
Nat?
I see him.
Loki spots the jet. He throws Thor to the floor, then blasts one of the jet's rotor blades with his scepter, and it catches on fire. Thor is mad. He charges at Loki and tackles him. And then they start fighting. Inside the jet, Natasha and Barton hold on for their dear lives. Cap grabs a hold of the roof. Planes like hitting buildings as it goes down. Natasha and Barton remove headsets, open the ramp, and then they all exit.
We got to get back up there.
They run on the overpass, looking up at Stark Tower, and they freeze when they see, a giant armored Leviathan, a warship of the Chitauri, fly through the portal with more warriors. The warriors jump onto the sides of buildings and into the buildings where they shoot civilians.
I'm the whale from Pinocchio.
Stark, are you seeing this?
Seeing, still working on believing. Where is Banner? Has he shown up yet?
Banner?
Just keep me posted.
Iron Man flies after the Leviathan.
Jarvis, find me a soft spot.
The Leviathan tears through buildings, roaring. Thor holds Loki down and gestures to the chaos in Manhattan below them.
Look at this. Look around you. You think this madness will end with your rule?
It's too late. It's too late to stop it.
No, we can. Together.
Loki pauses, then slips a knife into his hand and stabs Thor.
Sentiment.
Thor gets back and lifts Loki and then drops him. Loki rolls himself off the edge of the building only to land on one of the flying Chitauri crafts. Wow. He flies off with a troop of Chitauri.
Hey, boss.
Barton and Natasha are crouched behind a taxi cab. Cap runs over.
We've got civilians trapped.
Loki flies over them on the flying crafts.
Loki.
So, cut away to the streets. Loki and his following troop blow up the streets.
The streets.
Specifically, a Japanese family runs away as they are almost shot.
And then the next line.
And a flying craft flies through a Dr. Pepper truck specifically.
Sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
Specific.
They also were near the FAO Schwartz building and the Apple logo was visible.
This is Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph breaks the internet.
Ralph is a 2-hour-long movie. That's an ad. Loki and the oncoming troops go to a busy street, the one where young cop and police sergeant are at, and blow up the cars. The police and civilians run for their lives.
They're fish in a barrel down there.
Natasha stands and fires both of her guns at the incoming group of Chitauri.
We got this. It's good. Go.
You think you can hold them off?
Captain, it would be my genuine pleasure.
Spartan grabs an arrow and shoots it. He hits an alien in the head, and the arrow becomes more arrows, and it kills more aliens. Cap leaves them.
Yeah,
he rolls into the street. Barton helps people off the bus. Natasha starts shooting the pistols at the Chitauri. He runs over to Natasha, makes more arrows.
Just like Budapest all over again.
You and I remember Budapest very differently.
Now we're back to Midtown Manhattan. Cap runs through. Why are we calling him Cap now? Cap runs through the streets towards a group of police shooting at Chitauri.
Suited up.
He is running and jumping off cars. It's got to be an hour before they scramble the National Guard.
National Guard.
The two duck to avoid a Chitauri blast.
Does the army know what's happening here?
Do we? Cap jumps down. Cap jumps down from the car in front of him.
You need men in these buildings. There are people inside and they could be running right into the line of fire. You take them to the basement or through the subway, you keep them off the streets. I need a perimeter as far back as the 39th.
Why the hell should I take orders from you?
Two Chitauri.
Oh, sorry.
Two Chitauri warriors attack Cap. He fights them off easily and then turns back to the two men. The two cops stand shock.
Can I take a break really quickly? Wait, before we continue, I just want to take a break really quickly here to say that freaking Cap's suggestion to let people run away using the subway is a terrible idea in New York. If you know anything about living in New York,
The infrastructure here is sound. They update this regularly, right? They had a bustling infrastructure in the 1940s.
That is all. Anyway.
Real. Police sergeant reacts and walks back to his men.
I need men in those buildings. Lead the people down and away from the streets. We're going to set up a perimeter all the way down to 39th Street.
Iron Man fires a stream of ammunition at the Leviathan, which tries to follow him.
It noticed me.
I'm gonna Geppetto you.
That movie was such a mess.
Stark flies off and the Leviathan follows him.
This is big.
Oh dear heavens. And it
Jump
continues to the
around.
next page.
Jump around.
Barton and Natasha are fighting. They're fighting, and she uses her widow's bite as she sits on his neck. Natasha picks up a Chitauri weapon and is using it to fight people. And they try to cut her head off, but she's too good. She gets away. And Barton knocks over another warrior and he shoots behind himself because he doesn't need to see stuff. And Natasha is taking on 3 warriors at once because girls get it done. She shoots one and stabs the other one in the neck. And Barton doesn't get it done because he got tackled to the cement by a warrior. And then
he stabs it with an arrow instead of shooting it. Natasha stabs another guy and hits one. She's doing a lot of stuff. Barton's getting his head slammed into the roof of a car. He's thrown to the ground. He's
so
pretty
pathetic.
badly hurt, but he continues to fight. And Natasha, she's doing great. She takes on 2 more aliens, and they try to hit her, and she keeps dodging. Until a warrior grabs her feet, throws her into the air. She lands on the car and gets hurt. Barton keeps shooting things. They start getting overwhelmed, and Natasha saves Barton, and they're becoming surrounded until Cap rejoins them, and he saves them, and then Thor's also here.
What's the story upstairs?
The power surrounding the cube is impenetrable.
Thor's right. We gotta deal with these guys.
How do we do this?
As a team.
I have unfinished business with Loki.
Oh yeah? Get in line.
Save it. Loki's gonna keep this fight focused on us, and that's what we need. Without him, these things could run wild. We've got Stark up top. He's gonna need us to...
He stopped seeing Banner arrive on a motorbike. But we don't know because these scenes were cut. Cap and the others walk over to Banner as he dismounts, surveying the damage.
So this all seems horrible.
I've seen worse.
Sorry.
No, we could use a little worse.
Stark, we got him.
Banner?
Just like you said.
Then tell him to suit up. I'm bringing the party to you.
Iron Man flies around a corner and towards the group, followed closely by the Leviathan.
I'm gonna get you. Please stop.
I don't see how that's a party.
Iron Man.
Fun. It's not fun.
Iron Man draws the creature low and it skims the road. Banner turns and begins to walk away towards the Leviathan.
Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Mr. Carlton. I'm always angry.
That's a really cool line.
Banner transforms into the Hulk and punches the Leviathan, smashing it into the ground.
Hold on.
Iron Man blasts a missile at the creature and it explodes. Barton ditches. Thor stands taking the blast. Cap shields Natasha.
Barton leaves everybody behind
He ditches.
like a wimp.
How pathetic. The Chitauri cry out. 360 spin. We all know the shot. Womp 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 womp. The Avengers stand in a circle. The Hulk roars. They all do the pose thing. You know what I'm talking about. Loki looks and Iron Man hovers from above them, landing next to the Hulk. Loki looks down from above.
Send the rest.
The Avengers look up, watching as more Leviathans and hundreds of warriors fly through the portal.
Guys.
Call it, Captain.
All right, listen up. Until we can close that portal up there, we're going to use containment. Spartan, I want you on that roof. Eyes on everything. Call out patterns and strays. Stark, you got the perimeter. Anything that gets more than 3 blocks out and you turn it back or you turn it to ash.
Want to give me a lift?
Right. Better clench up, Legolas.
Iron Man grabs Barton and flies him to the top of the building and then flies off.
Tightened.
Jagged algae.
Yep.
Better clench up, Legolas.
Bro, did you have to carry me by the seat of my underwear, you asshole?
And it's where all the center of gravity. Center of gravity.
Should we take a break now or after Cap's done giving
I think we just finish it.
Yeah, let's just go. Oh, well, yeah. We got a few more lines before it's a perfect cutoff time. Come on, we can do this.
Thor, you gotta
Just a
try
few
and
more
bottleneck
pumps.
that portal. Slow him down. You got the lightning, light the bastards up.
Thor swings Bologna lighting off, sliding off.
You and me, we stay here on the ground. Keep the fighting here. And Hulk?
Hulk turns around facing Cap, who points at him.
Smash.
Hulk grins and leaps off, taking out dozens of warriors that are on the sides of the building, doing all sorts of stuff. He like
I
punches.
think that is where we stop.
Yeah, punches a flying thing out of the air.
Next up, the
commercial break.
Chrysler Building.
Hey.
Now we're at the Chrysler building.
I thought
Thor
Chrysler.
lands on top of the aforementioned Chrysler building and summons a bolt of lightning. He sends it shooting out and towards the portal, taking out warriors and the Leviathan. Now we're back at the bridge. Fury is at his command center watching the new footage. Hill approaches Fury.
I was unprepared. Sir, the council's on.
Barton atop a building fires relentlessly at Chitauri.
Stark, you got a lot of strays on your tail.
A troop of Chitauri warriors are following Iron Man as he flies above the streets.
Just trying to keep them off the streets.
Well, they can't bank worth a damn.
Barton shoots at Crust. He misses. And then the arrow hits something else. Oh, he shoots behind his back. That's what I missed.
I was good. I will. Roger that.
Iron Man flies up by Hawkeye, who fires at the crafts, blowing them up. Iron Man swerves behind two crafts and fires at them. He continues taking a series of quick turns as the Chitauri quickly drop, crash, or follow.
Oh boy.
Iron Man goes flying through a tunnel and turns tightly at the end, sending the last few crafts crashing into a building.
Nice call. What else you got?
Well, Thor's taking a squadron down on 6th.
And he didn't invite me?
Meanwhile, a Leviathan approaches an office building and the inhabitants look on scared. Understandably,
Capitalism.
we hear fast and heavy footsteps. It's the Hulk! And he's charging through the building, jumping through the window and pulling the creature away from the building. Meanwhile, from the building. Meanwhile, Natasha is going to town as she fights a warrior. She is thrown atop a car. As the warrior is about to attack, Natasha uses her widow's bite on it, specifically shocking him out.
It's just the stuff.
Those are the shocky gauntlets.
Oh, that what they're called?
That thing they
I
stole.
guess.
Nobody
I
ever-
don't know.
it's
They
only
never
called that
said it
in the
in the
script.
movies.
So
They only mentioned it. Why am I still talking in the Benji voice? They only mentioned it
here.
Like, imagine if that was a line. Sam Jackson's like, hit him with your widow's bite.
She stands down and leans against a car.
Captain, none of mean a damn thing if you don't close that portal.
Our biggest guns couldn't touch it.
Well, maybe it's not about guns.
You want to get up there? You're going to need a ride.
Natasha glances up, seeing the Chitauri crafts fly past. She makes her way over to the side of the overpass.
I got a ride. I can use a boost, though.
You sure about this?
Cap readies his shield in front of him.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Natasha runs at Rogers, who uses his shield to boost her up. She grabs onto a vehicle, a Chitauri vehicle. Cap watches as she flies away. He looks over and there's more warriors. So we follow her. She climbs on the craft, stabs a warrior, kicks him out, and she's now piloting the vehicle.
Turn! Ah!
Two crafts come up on Natasha and they're shooting at her and she's swerving to avoid them. They're blasted away by Iron Man, who flies away at a fleet behind him. Iron Man takes a turn coming up over an overpass, and then he knocks a Chitauri alien over and then lands by Cap, who's also fighting and kicking Chitauri. Cap lifts his shield. Iron Man, they're all fighting. I can't really. They're all fighting so much. Then he's flying. Iron Man's flying up a building. They're hitting warriors, and Hawkeye's at the top. And he's hitting more Chitauri, and people are shooting at him too. And he shoots, and an arrow hits the pilot of a craft, which falls and gets hit by the Leviathan. Jeez. And one of the creatures that the Hulk is fighting off warriors, and then Thor is there too, and they're all fighting, and Thor uses Majolganor to summon lightning and drive the metal into the Leviathan's head, and the creature crashes to the ground, landing in Grand Central Station, where the Hulk and Thor dismount the creature and stand together, breathing heavily. Suddenly, the Hulk punches Thor out of shot.
Selvig, having been knocked out when Toad tried to stop the Tesseract, awakens. Finally, he begins.
Thank goodness for that cognitive recalibration.
He looks around. He's free from Loki's control. Woo! Army tanks and soldiers are here. Suddenly, they're shooting at the Chitauri. Cap's on the ground. As he stand.
Captain, the bank on 42nd, past Madison. They cornered a lot of civilians in there.
I'm on it.
Cap walks off. Now we're exactly where Hawkeye mentioned, at the 42nd Street Bank, where a crown of civilians are surrounded by 3 armored warriors. Now Cap's here, and he busts through a window, and he snaps the neck of one of the Chitauri and throws him in the pit.
Jesus. Everyone clear out.
Oh my god, Cap!
He gets
He's
grabbed.
not a human.
He gets grabbed by a warrior who fights and breaks free. A grenade question mark goes off and it blasts Cap out a window, and his mask goes off, and he stands while the police lead the civilians from the building.
Councilwoman, no, it's me. Director Fury, the council has made a decision.
Fury is talking with one of the World Security Council from before over his command center.
I recognize the council has made a decision, but given that it's a stupid ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
Director, you're closer than any of our subs. You scramble that jet right now.
Hill's watching, breathing nervously, panicking as she listens and watches.
That is the island of Manhattan, Councilman. Until I'm certain my team can't hold it, I will not order a nuclear strike against a civilian population.
If we don't hold them in the air, we lose everything.
I'll send that bird out. We already have. Right, send that bird out. We already have.
Fury hangs up on him.
Oh, that was supposed to be split. Oops.
Natasha on board a Chitauri craft. She is shot from behind and turns around to see Loki on another craft following behind her. She continues toward the building Barton is at.
Oh, you, Hawkeye.
Barton sees her coming in the distance.
Sorry. Nat, what are you doing?
A little help.
Barton notches an arrow, waiting for Natasha and Loki to come past.
I got it.
Barton aims and fires. Loki catches the arrow inches from his face and looks at it. Then at Barton smirking, the arrow explodes, sending Loki crashing onto the platform at the top of the Stark Tower. Natasha jumps off the crash. She flips in the air, landing onto the roof. She rolls, sticking the landing. She flips her hair back. That's like hot or something. Loki looks up at
Why is that in there?
Oh, Jaws.
The hot part is not in there. The flipping the hair is.
Why do you do this?
Loki looks up at Romanoff when Hulk leaps up, grabbing him, throwing him through the window of the penthouse. He roars and moves toward Loki, who gets to his feet.
Enough! You are, all of you, beneath me. I am God, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by...
Oh yeah, this part.
Hulk grabs Loki by the feet and smashes him into the floor repeatedly.
Parallels.
Then throws him aside and walks away.
Puny God.
Loki whimpers in pain. He has been beaten into submission.
Hot.
Oh. Meanwhile,
I'm sorry. Keep reading.
Meanwhile, Natasha walks towards the Tesseract.
The scepter.
Natasha turns and walks over to Sylvig.
Doctor.
She kneels.
Loki scepter. The energy the Tesseract can't fight. You can't protect against yourself.
It's not your fault. You didn't know what you were doing.
Well, actually, I think I did. I built in a safety to cut the power source.
Loki scepter.
It may be able to close the portal. And I'm looking right at it. Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking right at it.
Sylvig looks down at the platform below where Loki's scepter lies, dropped from where the Hulk took him out.
I guess it's time to suit up.
Dives off the building.
Meanwhile, Thor is aboard a craft fighting Chitauri, just like we have been. Same old. The craft swerves when a Leviathan crashes through a building, followed closely by Stark, who is shooting at it with lasers.
I can't say it. The word penetrates in this.
Go on, you got it.
You can do it.
Why is it weird?
I'll tell you when you're older. Sir, we will lose power before we penetrate that shell.
Iron Man pulls away from the Leviathan. He flies past.
Jarvis, have you ever heard the tale of Pinocchio?
Yeah, the remake was really creepy looking.
Yeah, agreed. Next line.
That's
to the
that's
scene.
the dialogue.
Everyone
That's what
dies.
Joss Whedon wrote. He saw the future.
Verbatim. Yeah.
He was touched by Apollo and knew the future.
He was
Back
blessed
to-
with the power of prophecy and misogyny.
A female.
A female walks out of a helicopter. What's up with that,
Oh,
right?
she flips her hair.
Femoid.
Okay.
Iron Man's knee plates open, pushing out blades.
What?
Knee blades. He's heading directly for the
bronze
creature's
kneecap.
mouth.
Can you tell it's getting late, audience?
He flies through it, having blown up the creature's inside and out the tail end. Oh,
God.
Nice.
This is
What?
more
He-
gruesome than a D&D party. What is happening?
I'm 7.
You're actually 9. It's okay.
I'm 9. I was 7 at one point, though. He crashes
we
into
all?
the ground. You're telling me, sister. He crashes into the ground, but gets to his feet only to be shot down by warriors. Meanwhile, at the top of a building,
Oh my God.
oh dear heavens, Barton is attacked by warriors on the Rook. He reaches for an arrow, but classically, his quiver is empty. So he just hits people with the bow because that's all he's got at this point. Looking up at the sky, he sees tons of people showing up because why wouldn't they? So he pulls an arrow out of somebody's body and charges its head with the push of a button. And in slow-mo, the Chitauri fire, but Barton leaps off the building when it explodes and does a sick spin midair, firing the arrow. Its head opens into a grappling hook, which attaches to the side of the building, and now he's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I'm on Mama Nefarious shit.
We couldn't get him in this movie, so we replaced him with Hawkeye.
The Hulk is also, unsurprisingly, being attacked by Chitauri warriors. He's slamming them around, but now he's looking at the sky because a ton more just showed up. And they all fire at him, and he's encompassed in smoke and flames. Also, he's yelling about it. A jet is lifted from the hangar onto the deck.
Director Fury is no longer in command. Override 7 Alpha 1-1.
Yeah, 7 Alpha 1-1 confirmed. Yeah, we're go for takeoff.
He'll notices something on her command center.
Sir, we have a bird in motion.
Fury runs out to the bridge.
Anyone on the deck? We have a rogue bird, possibly a raptor. We need to shut it down. Repeat, takeoff is not authorized.
How'd that chick know my call sign? It's Raptor, dude.
Fury
Got
runs
the word
onto the deck.
Raptor painted on his helmet.
Fury runs onto the deck with a missile launcher. It fires, taking the plane out. A second jet takes off, and Fury lifts a gun, but oh man, it's too far. And then he closes the door.
What do you mean too far?
You know,
It's a missile launcher.
you know.
They're short-range missiles, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm
only
sorry.
120 feet.
All right. So
Yeah, you have to fire disadvantage past that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Fair.
Okay. Stock, you hear me? You have a missile headed straight for the city.
How long?
Iron Man is down on the ground.
3 minutes max. Stay load can wipe out midtown.
I think it's payload.
I think it's payload also. Payload
Jeez.
can wipe out midtown.
Jarvis, put everything we've got into the thrusters.
I just did.
RM,
Now thrust.
It's the line.
Iron Man blasts away warriors and flies off elsewhere. Meanwhile, the jet fires the nuke towards the city and turns around.
Package is sent. Detonation in like 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Mark.
Just said
That's my name.
Meanwhile, New York City's skyline. It's a chaotic and destructive city. There's a slow-mo, and they catch their things. Or I'm sorry, and Cap catch their things, and then turn around and fight off Chitauri warriors.
This movie's so cool.
Cap got shot and falls to the ground, and Thor sends a car rolling towards some of them, and then throws Majidolnir the other way, and then he picks Cap up bridal style.
You ready for another bout?
What, you getting sleepy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they talking.
This
They
script
talk.
is
They be
so
speaking,
so
bro.
weird in this context.
Natasha has retrieved Loki's scepter and Selvig is setting up the equipment. He points to the device.
Right at the crown.
Natasha begins to push the spear through the barrier surrounding the cube, but it's hard to break.
I can close it. Can anybody copy? I can shut the portal down.
He appears.
Do it.
No, wait.
Stark, these things are still coming.
I got a nuke coming and it's gonna blow in less than a minute.
Verrazano Bridge. Beautiful bridge. Stark flies towards the missile, following closely behind.
Is this a New York fan fiction?
All the movies are.
True.
And I know just where to put it.
A part of it.
Is that a thinly veiled?
Iron Man grabs hold of it. He begins to redirect it towards the city.
Stark, you know that's a one-way trip.
Save the rest for the turn, Jay.
Sir, shall I try Miss Potts?
Might as well.
A plane is slowly flying through the sky. Interior. Pepper is watching the news with 3 others.
Streets in New York City have become a battleground. The army is here trying to contain the violence, but clearly it is outmatched.
Her phone starts to vibrate, but she ignores it. Fury and most of the other workers are watching the same report.
Billionaire Tony Stark's Iron Man is...
There's a series of shots. Iron Man's flying towards the missile, and he's thinking hard and hold. Also, Cap and Thor see him fly by. Iron Man turns the missile around, just missing the tower, but pushes it towards the portal. Everybody's looking up like, whoa. Everyone on the helicarrier is also like, whoa. Fury's smiling. Iron Man lets the nuke go as all the lights in his suit go out.
Sorry, sir. Miss Prue.
He watches as the missile hits the Chitauri mothership and it explodes. Meanwhile, on Earth, the Chitauri warriors collapse. Leviathans fall from the sky. Thor and Cap look around, as they do. Tony's eyes close as he falls slowly towards the portal. Josh stands, waiting.
Come on, Stark.
Close it.
Back to the scene, Natasha plunges the scepter into the heart of the device. Just as the portal closes, Tony falls through back to space. The Avengers look up and see Tony reappear.
Son of a gun.
Finn plummets to the ground.
He's not slowing down.
Thor prepares to fly at Stark and catch him bridal style when the Hulk grabs him out of the air, slides down the side of a building, and crashes to the ground in front of Thor and Cap.
Bridal style.
Bridal style. Hulk throws Iron Man off him, and Cap and Thor run over. Bridal style. Thor pulls off Iron Man's faceplate, and Cap listens for a heartbeat. And when they see the arc reactor not glowing, they know they're in deep doo-doo. Suddenly, the Hulk roars and beats his chest.
Bridal style.
Bridal style. Tony, shocked, gasps and opens his eyes, looking around romantically.
What the hell? What just happened? Please tell me somebody kissed me. Bridal style.
I wish. We won.
All right. Hey. All right. Good job, guys. Let's just not come in tomorrow. Let's just take a day. Have you ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try.
We're not finished yet.
And then shawarma after?
Loki crawls over to us. I like the dead silence after that.
Yeah.
A bunch of like Easter Island statue faces.
Loki crawls over to a stair and turns to see the Avengers surrounding him. Hawkeye has an arrow aimed at his face. How did he get the arrows after being out of arrows?
So he had no more arrows. Did he pull more out of bodies?
I don't know.
As a
Oh,
dedicated
guys, give me
ranger,
a fucking
yes.
break. Oh my god.
Same place that the Hulk got the motorcycle, I guess. Also, Natasha's
strange
holding
New
the
Jersey
scepter.
man.
And the Hulk growls.
If it's all the same to you, I'll have that drink now.
Yuck, 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 yuck. Now we're at Central
fuck.
Park.
There's
It's
a lot of
early
small
evening.
ones here.
We slowly dolly over Central Park, looking at New York as if we haven't seen enough exterior shots already.
Yeah.
There's a
Despite the
montage of shots for the television news.
Devastation of what has been confirmed as an extraterrestrial attack. The extraordinary heroics of the group known as the Avengers.
It's really great knowing that they're out there, that someone's watching over us.
I love you, Thor.
I just don't feel safe with those things out here.
It
Wait,
seems
we're talking
like
about
there's
eight.
a lot they're not telling us.
Superheroes. New York. Give me a break.
These so-called heroes have to be held responsible for the destruction done to the city. This was their fight. Where are they now?
The Avengers and Selvig all walk to the center of a footbridge. Tony is carrying a briefcase. Thor is Loki in a muzzle
Bridal
and
style.
handcuffs. Bridal style. Barton, Natasha, Banner, and Steve walk from cars.
Tough questions are being asked about the heinous Avengstigators themselves, their sudden appearance and equally sudden disappearance.
As Ashley Johnson. What? That this is all somehow their fault?
Thank you, Ashley.
Dark room. On Fury's screen is Ashley Johnson talking on CNN.
Captain America saved my life. Wherever he is and wherever any of them are, I would want to say thank you.
Well, the four screens above Ashley Johnson are the council members.
There's a councilman too?
Where are the heinous Avengstigators?
I'm not currently tracking their whereabouts. I'd say they've earned a leave of absence. Oh, and the Tesseract?
We're back in Central Park. Sealbig takes the glass container out of the truck. We need some trees. Tony opens his case, which is on the ground. Banner holds the cube with some tongs and puts it in a glass cylinder that Sealbig has over this footage.
The Tesseract is where belongs.
Mm-hmm.
Out of our reach.
Nick Fury had a strong.
That is not your call.
I didn't make it. I just didn't argue with the god that did.
Thor is smiling as he shakes hands and says goodbye to Selvig.
Bye.
So you let him take it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Meg?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
The line, Meg.
Read the line, Meg.
Read it.
Read it, Meg.
Read it.
What's wrong?
Serenity now. It's Serenity now. Okay. Loki is bound.
What's wrong?
Frank, I'm so sorry. Loki is bound and gagged in the muscle, and he is mad. And he looks upon Natasha. I'm 8 or 9. And he whispers, "You're 8, I'm 9. I'm too young for this." And he whispers something into Barton's ear, which makes him smile. I hope it's not about the bound and gagged part.
I'll come back and carry your bridal style.
It can if you want it to be.
I hate
So
those.
you let him take it, and the war criminal Loki, who should be answering for his crime,
Oh, I think. oh, I think you will be.
Don't say it like that.
Yeah.
What could he have meant by this?
Thor holds the cylinder that has the Tesseract in it. He gestures it to Loki, who grabs one end of the cylinder, and Thor has the other. He nods to the others and twists the device, which lights up and the two vanish into the sky as the group looks on. In front of Tony's new car, Steve and him shake hands.
Oh, sorry. I don't think you understand what you've started.
Natasha takes a duffel bag out of the back seat of a S.H.I.E.L.D. car. Nondescript. She hands it to Banner as Barton heads to the driver's seat.
Letting the Avengers loose on this world? They're dangerous.
Banner and Tony get into his new car and drive off.
They surely are. And the whole world knows it.
Back to the dark room with Fury.
Every world knows it.
Was that the point in all this? A statement?
Cut away to Steve. Steve is now riding a motorcycle, also from that same man from New Jersey. He smiles. Bridal style.
No, Jersey style.
Animal style.
Oh, anyway, a promise.
The council signs off and Fury exits the room.
They end their Zoom call.
Sir, how does it work now?
Hill and Fury make their way across the bridge while talking.
They've gone their separate ways, some pretty extremely far. We get into a situation like this again, what happens then?
They'll come back.
They reach the air deck.
Really? Sure about that?
I am.
Fury looks out over the helicarrier.
Why?
Because we'll need them to.
Hill nods in respect. She turns and walks over the bridge and
Not
takes a folder
dead.
from a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Fury stands proud on the air deck.
Someone is.
Meanwhile, Pepper and Stark are looking at plans for a new tower. The camera slowly pulls out, and the huge Stark on the side of the tower has been destroyed, save for the letter
A.
For Avengers.
For assholes.
Credits.
Dun, 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 dun,
And then mid-credits scene.
Is there a mid-credit?
Yeah, there's a mid-credit.
I need to scroll.
The area of unknown space, also known as my room. The other kneels at the feet at the other alien.
The humans, they are not the cowering wretches we were promised. They stand. They are unruly, and therefore cannot be ruled.
Disembodied figure in a chair stands. The other bows like he is in pain.
To challenge them is to court death.
Disembodied figure turns and smiles, revealing himself to be the Mad Titan himself, Thanos.
Whoa, they said his motivation from the comic books before they changed it for the movies. That's crazy.
Credits roll. Oh my gosh, it's the last scene. The Avengers are sitting around a table eating, stuffing their faces. They are silent. No one makes a peep. The workers are cleaning up the destroyed place. The place is silent. Fade black.
Because the
Yeah.
Avengers
wish
go
Ashley
home after they
Johnson was
destroy the
there.
city.
Bridal style.
I wish Ashley
Bridal
Johnson
style.
was there too.
Ashley Johnson as the waitress.
Yeah.
Hashtag bring Ashley Johnson back to the MCU. Hashtag, but only if she wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag, and only if she
Essentially.
gets paid more than everybody else.
Yes.
Like she deserves.
But then literally everyone else on
Literally,
Combined.
who the hell does Sam Jackson think he is to get paid
But
more
she's
than
only
Ashley
minor
Johnson?
characters.
Johnson.
I just saw the words fanfiction.net in the chat.
Somebody had
Oh,
mentioned
shit.
something about how this was like very fanfiction.net with all
No,
the-
it
really
is.
was.
God.
God,
With
with all the
top,
No,
you
So
scroll up
somebody
to the
being like,
top
"Oh,
and
I
it's
love."
transcribed with the help
Yes.
of somebody's
Oh,
script
God, what
on
the fuck?
fanfiction.net.
Oh,
Are you dead
I didn't
ass
even
right now?
notice that.
Yeah,
At the very top.
Hold
So-
on.
insane.
I'm gonna go to this
That
person's
concludes our
fanfiction.
show. Thank you to fanfiction.net for providing us with this script.
Thanks.
This flawless
Thank you to
script.
fanfiction in general for fueling our brain rot and letting
Thank
us
you
really
to
go off
Ashley
the rails
Johnson
here
for
at the
being
end.
the best character in the MCU.
True. Thank you,
Accurate.
Ashley Johnson.
Thank you, Ashley Johnson, for being Ashley Johnson.
And
Only
thank
her, though.
you-
Yeah.
everyone
nobody
who
else can
wrote
be.
this story that wasn't Joss Whedon. So I guess Zach Penn. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah,
Thanks, dude.
You're a real one, Zach.
You're a real one.
And thank you to Kevin Feige for filling literally half of my life with comic book movies.
Yeah.
Accurate.
And thank
It's-
you to you guys for listening to us read this cool thing.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
And super big thanks, of course, to my amazing friends and castmates who
Yeah.
all
You know what?
showed up and read this thing that was like a super stupid idea that I seriously, it means the absolute world that I got to put this together. It was super fun.
And thank you, Dio,
It
for
was a
setting
pleasure.
Thank you for
up.
doing
Thank
it.
you. Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
absolute
Dio.
king.
This rocks my
hard
socks,
on
bro.
this, and it was so worth it.
And of course, a special huge shout out to my toilet for supporting me for several breaks throughout this entire thing.
Bro,
that's real.
Really,
Man.
really pulling through in the end.
Really
That's real.
through.
Hey.
And one final teaser. Avengers 2 ? Exclamation point, question mark, 2023-4 ?
Dun,
Bum, ba,
Yeah.
bum, 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 bum.